What was Socrates?
Sometimes during shows.
It tickles my fancy.
I hate watching the little stuff. It's too small.
I know it is.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit her with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You don't know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side fly. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube and view it for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, gentlemen.
Howdy, boy.
Howdy,
Morning.
boy. I think this is the first time we start off this week. All three of us, right? In the same chair. Everyone good? We're all good here.
Oh, good. Watching a little Open Championship.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Got up early.
You know
I'm not
what?
doing so good.
Has it started already, sir? I didn't even realize.
Yeah, well, because it's in, it's over there, so it starts at like 4 a.m.
All right.
I already I placed a wager on. I know nothing about golf, and Leroy was telling me about some college kid he's been betting on. But I just went. I just put a couple of bucks on Scheffler. $3 bet wins me $14.25. So I got big money on Scheffler.
All right. Now I will tell you this.
Yeah.
There's some carnage over there.
Oh,
The leading score as of right now is 3 under par.
wow.
Wow.
Rory and DeChambeau might not make the cut.
Wow.
Yes.
Damn.
It's carnage. And I can't it's windy. It looks
I was
miserable.
about to ask you, what's the weather like? Because it's usually like these crazy, windy, sometimes
Yeah.
rainy conditions over there.
Well, I'm looking at the flag right now, and the flag is bending, wobbling. It's wet. It's a little like just rainy. It's brutal. So, and like I said, usually in the first round, right? They put the pins in, easy places. They let you ease on into it, and sometimes one of those 6 or 7 unders will be leading, and
Right.
then it gets difficult, and that's usually around if you get to double digits. Now, usually in the Open Championship, because the weather is so unpredictable, if you have nice weather, they light it up. So then you have the 16, 17 unders that win the major championship. But oh my goodness. Like the hardest hole is 130 yards. They're hitting it out of bounds on this hole.
That's rough conditions.
Yeah, it looks miserable. Scheffler's getting ready to tee off right now.
Here we go. Come on, Chef. Let's
Yeah.
go. Got
This
3 big ones on Chef.
This golf leaderboard of the Open Championship update is brought to you by the Edwin Watts Golf Shops. Get there. Gentlemen, did you have a chance to watch any? It came on early. It was a 3 p.m. start time. Did you have a chance to watch the best summer league team I've ever seen in my entire life?
No,
watched
because
some of it.
I was hosting. I was hosting during that time yesterday.
Right. How
So
dare you?
I-
You didn't put it up on the TV?
Yeah, come on.
No, I didn't. I was just I just counted on Solana to give me updates because I was on with Solana, and then we had Amy Audibert on while she was watching the game. So I just it was theater of the mind for me yesterday.
Right.
Did we end up winning?
Oh, did we? It was a 92-79 victory over the Dallas Mavericks.
You know what I realized?
What's that?
I'm going to say this.
Mhm.
Here's when you can tell you're better organizations, right?
Yep.
It's not whether your stars play with a purpose. But if you go to the bottom of your roster
Yep.
You go to your G League, and they're all playing with that same purpose. That's a well-run organization. And so when you see these guys playing, they're not just out there playing basketball. They're playing with a purpose. They're moving. They're doing, basketball stuff. Whereas you look at other teams, and other teams is like, oh, I'm getting mine. This is summer league. I'm balling out. Right.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see that. And I would always tell people this in the preseason. Right.
Yep.
Sometimes the way to tell whether a team is good or not, or going to be good for the long haul, is not the 7 or 8 plays that your starters play, in the first quarter, but those 20 plays in the fourth quarter that guys play when those guys might not even be on the team. And you see the way they play and the way they play with purpose and the way they, kind of are learning the system and stuff like that. That means that message is strong, when nobody's messing up in the fourth quarter in preseason. You go, you know what? They have their stuff together.
Yeah, definitely. I think I remember some stat where the Baltimore Ravens went like 6 seasons without losing a preseason game. And we think of them and the Steelers as like organizations that are run well.
Right. Exactly.
Well, and when players who are like fringe NBA guys, when they sign with this organization, they know they're going to be given the tools to develop. Doesn't work out for everybody, but you think about all the great undrafted and reclamation stories we've had over the years, the Gabe Vincents of the world. Like, players understand that if you really want to, if you're a guy who went undrafted, or look at the case, we see this guy, Josh Christopher, balling out, who is a former late first round pick from about 4 years ago who didn't pan out. So he's trying to make the second run. If you're looking for either the career resurrection or, to be the underdog story, the Heat organization is going to give you as good of a chance as any other.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I think they all know that. They all know this is their opportunity to become the best version of themselves. And it's cool to see. I like watching the games, not, and just going, wow, I am really impressed at, from top to bottom of the organization, how hard they play and how with a purpose they play with, as far as, playing together, guys that might not even be together, guys that might not even be in the league.
Well, and let me add this, fellas, because let's cherish this summer league, because remember, they do crown a champion at the end of summer league. And the Heat are the best summer league team right now. They're going to get into that semifinal. You're going to have 2 games to hoist a summer league trophy. That may be the only championship the Heat win this year. So let's cherish this summer league. I'll take it.
I'm going to say this as nicely as I can say it. No.
Yeah. It's a championship, dude.
Like this. Like,
it's professional basketball players beating other professional basketball players en route to a championship. I will take it. I will celebrate it.
This is more competitive than March Madness, I'm telling you.
Sure.
I would say this. I guess we're not having no parade.
No, but we'll still go to the elbow room.
We have like a small parade at Dolphin Mall or something.
They're calling this the dunk of the summer league. This is from Alondis Williams yesterday. We're so focused on Josh Christopher and Khalil Ware that we forget there's other players on this team that are good.
That's right.
Oh, goodness. Where did his arm go? Like, he loaded that thing down from his hip.
Yeah, my arm doesn't bend, and he bent it backwards to his hip. Like she's like triple jointed. Who's
the point guard that used to do that? Do that crazy arm thing behind his back. He played for the Celtics, and then No. Played for the Celtics when they won a championship in 2008. Then he played with the Lakers and mysteriously Rondo. There it is. Mysteriously became a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
In the bubble.
Mind you, this is about three. I'm sorry,
look where his arm goes.
A 3-point game with 6 minutes left in the fourth. Like, these aren't garbage time buckets. And as you can see, it's 3-point game.
That dude didn't come. Hey, that dude didn't come over there with no real look.
Nah, he had no chance. Even if he did, he cocked that thing so like all the way back.
Dude, I love how smoothly he transferred into the celebration. Like the transition was perfect. He's flexing right after he hits the dunk. That's a poster right there. See, this is what's how Leroy's coming around now. You see plays like that in Summer League. The Summer League championship is going to mean something.
And the stats that Khalil Ware put up yesterday.
No.
Come on. 24 and 10 yesterday, Leroy, for Khalil Ware with 3 blocks. Come on. This guy's ready. He's ready to start already.
Well, here's going to be the interesting thing about the Heat season, right? They're going to have to rely on a lot of young talent, and that's not something Spo has been accustomed to doing. And I'm interested to see if he's going to empower these young players, because you realize you need them a lot more than you have in previous years. Or is he still going to bring them up slowly and watch, and only play them when you only have 8 men dressing?
I mean, I will say Eric Spoelstra has had a history of actually doing his best work when the odds are stacked against him. And, obviously the 2 championships he won were with, one of the greatest collections of talent of all time, but some of the best coaching jobs that he's done in taking rosters that, should be underachieving and make them overachieve. Right. I think Spo actually, maybe Riley and Andy don't enjoy it as much, but I think Spo actually enjoys a roster with so many young guys and underdogs on it.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. I could see it, but I don't know. Like, I think some of these players are really good. I don't think they're underdogs. I just think that, like in a lot of other teams, these guys would be playing a lot sooner. Jovic would have been playing. Right?
Yeah.
That guy's been a pro basketball player for a long time. To sit here and bring him over 16. Here. Right. And to bring him over here and say, he's young, he's got to work his way into it, when he's been playing professional basketball longer than Tyler Hero. Right? So I think at some point, like a lot of other teams, because here's what happens. Here's what's happened to the Heat in the last few years. They brought these guys up slowly. So they go back and forth. They sit on the end of the bench for 2 years. That 3rd year, they come and ball out. Now you got to decide whether to pay them. And you got nothing out of them. Yeah. Right? And that is, you want to talk about, Tua and, we need to see more. What about all these guys that got big contracts from the Heat after 1 year because you sat them on the bench? So at some point, you got to be able to either, one, get return on your investment sooner, or not pay out all these big contracts after 1 year of playing well. You see, and it's happened a lot. Think about it. You can go all the way back to Hassan.
Yeah.
Right?
Man,
think about all the big money. Think about the 31 and was it 31 and 11 versus 11 and 31 team, or whatever that number was, right? Think about that. How many guys got contracts then? You could go with Dunks is a little different because he gradually worked his way to it.
Yeah.
Right?
In retrospect, that might end up becoming a deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Max Strus. Right?
Yeah, I miss Strus. I like him.
Kendrick Nunn.
None better.
You see what I'm saying? So there's
he left.
But because they couldn't pay him.
Yeah.
Right? So I would like them, if they're gonna spend the time and the resources of, getting these guys ready to play NBA basketball, I would like you to benefit from that. I would like the Miami Heat to benefit from investing the time and effort to developing these young players. And a lot of times you basically are a farm system for the rest of the league, because now you get them to a point where they have a good year and contribute and you can't afford them. Now you're about to you're going to do it again with some other young players you got that you drafted.
Yeah, usually the Heat will develop guys, get them paid, and then they're never as good where they go next as they were in Miami because they don't have that culture. So, but they get them paid, which is good for them. It's a win for those guys, loss for the Heat.
One of the players who earned his way to a contract, rightfully so, Bam Adebayo yesterday added 17 points as the U.S. beat Serbia in some exhibition action. 105-79 was the final score. They improved to 3-0. And Steph Curry led the way with 24 points. And honestly, you can watch the game highlights from tip-off to when it was done, and it just seemed like everyone was pulling out their signature moves. This team, like I saw Steph Curry hit a shimmy. I saw LeBron hit his stupid little step back. Bam Adebayo even hit a 3-pointer. Anthony Edwards, everyone was doing their thing.
Yeah,
and Serbia is a legit basketball country now. Isn't that where Jokic is from?
Yep.
Is he playing?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And he was in the lineup yesterday, but
loser.
Not too much you could do. Absolutely, not too much you could do.
Wow.
Yeah, it was definitely good to see. We got some more headlines when we come back. These headlines that we brought you so far were brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
When we come back, we'll focus on some other summer league action. Caitlin Clark, of course, in the headlines again for breaking yet another record. We got more on the other side. Stick around on the Tobin and Leroy Show. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show, live on 560 WQAM.
Rory shot Bruce Smith.
What?
78.
Rory shot at Bruce Smith? Oh, Bruce Smith. Okay, let
Oh.
me think. I can't think of another
I
78.
was trying to think of that's Bruce. What was Bruce Smith's number?
I don't think it was 78, bro.
I don't think it was 78,
I
but
think it had a cool number.
it was 70.
Oh, you know what? I think you may be right.
Yeah,
Yeah, 78.
78.
Bruce, man, that's good. Okay, what about damn, I can't even think of a good.
That's how I
78.
do scores.
No, I like to do this all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Or I like to
That's,
name players.
Richmond Webb, 78.
That's good.
Yeah,
Michael Orr. What about Michael Orr? Huh?
74.
Come on. Damn it. 74. Ryan McKinney. Huh?
Ryan McKinney
something for me.
was. Ooh, I don't know. I think he was damn near 78 too, somewhere around there.
Oh, 78, baby.
78. Wow.
Friend of the show.
See,
Ryan
now I'm gonna
McKinney.
tell you this: it's
Yeah.
really hard for me to do it with offensive and defensive linemen,
Yeah. No,
but I can like wide
I mean,
receivers, and then it
I
hurt me with
yeah,
wide
I
receivers because when they start using the teams.
Yes.
I don't know. That one I'm pretty good at, but the defensive linemen, they're the 90s. You just gotta think the 90s for the most part.
It used to be. Now it's all mixed. Everybody mixes up the
because
numbers. like
keep
crazy.
in mind somebody might be listed as a DE or somebody might be a DE but is actually a linebacker. So like LT was considered a linebacker, but he played he was a pass rusher.
All right, look, I'm gonna do this real quick. I don't want to go on a crazy, but it's summer. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you guys a number. You both give me a player that wore that number. It's almost like I declare war here. What's about to happen?
Okay.
Whoever's player is better wins that round. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna start with a hard one. 99. Give me your best 99.
Jason Taylor.
Yeah.
No, you can't pick the same one. He picked Jason.
Oh
Taylor.
hell!
You got it first, right?
You got it first. I mean, but look, you got Warren Sapp, you got Aaron Donald.
Oh, that's right.
There's a couple 99s out there.
Yeah, that's all right. I think Aaron Donald was more dominant at his position than Jason Taylor was at his position, only because Jason Taylor played the same position as LT. See what I'm
Jason
saying?
Taylor was a game changer, though. He scored.
No, I'm not. See.
Can I change to Warren Sapp then? He was pretty darn dominant.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yep,
I did not say Jason Taylor wasn't, but I'm saying
Leroy hating on Jason Taylor.
Hating on Jason.
What did
what
he do
I'm
to you?
saying is what Aaron Donald was at his position is hard to put Jason Taylor there because he played the same position as LT.
All right,
who is the one person that changed the way we play football.
You heard it here from Leroy. Jason Taylor should not be a Pro Football Hall of Famer. It's scandalous. Scandalous stuff here.
That's it.
What about 93? Give me your best. Give me your best 93.
Adewale Agunleye, was he 93?
Okay.
93.
Yeah.
93.
Oh, wow.
93.
Yeah.
I can't think of a 93.
Calais Campbell? What about that one?
Ooh.
Was he 93? Or is he 93?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Maybe
Oh, and Ndamukong Suh, people are saying on the chat.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. I was gonna say
for some reason
90.
I was thinking 91 for him, but I'm not great with numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, D-line is hard. The only one I know. Oh, you know who else was a 90? Wait, what number was played for Green Bay? Brown.
Oh, with the crazy face mask, right? Oh,
Brown. He was like 340 pounds.
You're talking about the big guy that you talk about him.
I think he broke my shoulder.
According to
shoulder
Google,
with a pinky.
Yeah.
According to Google, the best 93 according to Google was John Randall, or 93.
That's what John Randall, and I played with him, and I can't.
You see,
You didn't know it's not. Yeah, I'm looking at him in a Vikings jersey here.
Yeah. I told you. I mean, I started off by saying I struggle with offensive, defensive linemen.
All right, this is the last one. Number 21. Give me your best number 21.
Dion.
All right. I mean, look, there's a couple options though. Before you, I mean, Dion. What about LaDainian Tomlinson?
Dion.
I'm gonna go LT.
Sean
That
Taylor.
LT.
Sean Taylor was 26.
Sean Taylor.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did he wear 21 or he wear 26?
He was
In the
36.
NFL, he was 21, or was it?
Yeah, he was 36 rookie year, switched to 21. In college, he was 26.
I think in Miami he was 26, but then he switched to 21. And I'll go with Sean Taylor then.
Sean Taylor. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I can go through the entire list of numbers and just think of like players. I'm positive that's a sign of autism, but hey, I'm just pushing forward. Like, I like it. 34, Ricky Williams, D'Angelo Williams, and just keep going. Like various people.
I see. And 34, I think I would go Earl Campbell.
Oh, really? Well, okay,
that's
but
strong.
Ricky Williams.
But Earl Campbell.
Well, didn't Ricky? He wanted the number 34 because he admired Earl Campbell.
Yeah, because they both went to Texas.
Yeah, so he wanted that number because of Earl.
All right, so I think because of that, Earl wins for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, the tie goes to Earl.
If you're wearing it because of him, then that's it.
Right.
I told myself I would stop, but I just keep thinking of more and more numbers. Things have gotten crazy though ever since they changed the jerseys. Remember we saw
32.
32. Okay. See, no matter what football number.
Andrew and James, I think, were 32. I go with him.
No,
I just go Magic Johnson every time.
Jim Brown.
Chop liver compared to
OJ Simpson.
OJ too soon.
No.
Too soon. Like it ain't gonna never be. Like, listen.
Rip Hamilton.
I can separate the two.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can Hall of Fame football player, but had some issues.
Is OJ Simpson on Madden? Donald, have you had a chance to play more NCAA?
Oh my God. Wait.
I played a little more, yeah.
Yesterday during the show. So I can hear through the wall, when my son gets up and stuff like that. Or it might have been Tuesday, right when you were talking. It was during the show. And I'm hearing, and I'm like, no, he isn't.
Like I
go over there. Yeah. I go over there and he's playing NCAA football.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But wait.
Good for him.
Guess who he's playing with?
Let me think.
Michigan?
FIU.
Is he playing with you?
No.
Miami?
FAU.
FAU.
Yeah, he goes, wait, guess what
him.
he says? Wait, guess what he says? But I downloaded Georgia's playbook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's something I keep seeing, and I'm not a gamer, as we established earlier this week. I love college football, so I play the game. I keep seeing people talking about using other teams' playbooks for the team that they want. I have not ventured into it that deeply yet. I'm still playing with Miami on the alleged Miami playbook. I have not started downloading other playbooks yet.
Well,
you naive fools.
Yeah, I'm not that deep into it yet.
That's all I can hear is I say, no, he isn't.
There's so many different elements to this game that is like really changing the landscape. For example, in addition to whatever cool stuff they added to football, they added a social aspect, of course, or like a realistic aspect of, whatever player you're making, you're not just going to start on the team you're going. If you're a walk-on, they make your player very garbage and they make it very hard for him to make that team. And they add social elements of like, you may not play for 6 weeks. So, you're taking tests. You're talking to a girl. You reach out to a girl. She blocks you on Instagram. Now you're sad. It's like,
well, and this is why I was saying you guys were making fun of me. Like when I've actually still been playing like actual games to get kind of used to it. But as soon as I start doing my dynasty mode, I'm going to be simulating through a lot of the actual games just so I can do the recruiting and all that other stuff. Like I'll simulate through the season and I'll get back to recruiting season.
We can't just play the game no more.
Oh, no
I mean,
way.
we can, but there's so much more to it. Like every now and then I'll sit and I'll go play, 4 quarters of an actual game. But though there's so much more that comes with the dynasty stuff that I like. You're basically like simulating being the coach. It's the closest I'm ever going to get to being a coach. I wear khaki pants and loafers and a Miami polo while I'm playing the game. I get into it.
Yeah, not me. I go Al Golden. I wear the tie with the white.
Good for you. I mean, not good promoting that guy, but good for you for getting into it.
I'm all in. Although I didn't buy it yet, though. I just watched the YouTube videos.
By the way, when I was in on the afternoon show.
Hold on. I've seen this.
Yeah.
People watching YouTube of people playing video games.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a new market.
You need a light.
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
No,
I don't
truly-
watch it, but it's a big thing because people make sometimes the really famous ones. This is like less than 1% of the people who do this. Most people just do it and nobody watches. But the really famous one can make millions of dollars having other people watch them play video games.
Now, a lot of the times they utilize this platform of like initially, and as Date Style points out, that's why we're on Twitch right now. The initial idea was let's watch these guys play video games. But now it's transcended to IRL, like in real life kind of things where you just hang out with them. For example, Kevin Hart recently joined one of these streamers streams, Kai Cenat, and they had a sleepover. And they were doing normal things like the one chip challenge or like, various games of some sort that are normal everyday things. But for some reason, as opposed to now people watching other people play video games, now they're watching them hang out. And it's like, why don't you just hang out with your friends? And they're like, no, I'd rather watch him hang out with his friends. He's cool.
So now it's like everybody has their own reality show now with all these social media platforms. It's like
pretty much.
It's really what it is now.
Yeah, which is why, look, we need to flip the game. Leroy, you need to start doing restaurant reviews. We need to get this going on the Twitch. I need to attach a camera to you when you go to these takeout places and they ask you for a tip before they give you your food. I need to hear these reactions, and we need to start making money, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We need to look at Dono. He's living in a practice facility. We need to get him a home.
But here's the deal. That the way society works, right? They would view that as me being a Karen. And it really isn't. It is when people call somebody a Karen sometimes, is because you don't want to deal with the reality of what that situation is, right? So if I go in and the service was terrible and somebody says to me, well, I'm here by myself or it's backed up in the back, I'm like, that's not my problem. I don't work here. Mm-hmm. I'm just here to buy food and get good customer service. I would be viewed as a Karen because I'm demanding the service that I'm paying for. And that's why that has a negative effect, because now you have other service members who will look at that incident and not say, oh, I better make sure my stuff is together, right? And take care of these people. They'll look at it as he doesn't understand and he's just being a Karen. And that's why I don't, I say stuff on the show, but you can't, you like instead of dealing with the issue, they'll deal with the complaint, right? And nothing ever gets done. So
I mean, you could choose to be the type of vlogger who just only focuses on positive stuff, like some people do that.
That's not, but again,
that's boring.
Again,
it is boring.
If I order pickup,
I want Leroy to slap someone.
If
I would, by the way, I would watch a show of Leroy like ordering pickup. I would watch a show of Leroy waiting for the AT&T guy to come over and bury the cable. I would watch all that.
The biggest fight I have in my head in life is giving a tip before I've gotten a service.
Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah,
and so if you order takeout and you pay with a credit card and they ask you for a tip, right? It's like Uber. Sometimes I got to chase Uber around the block because he can't follow directions or she can't follow directions. And now I done gave him a tip already.
And then they'll give you a bad review if you complain that they couldn't find their house.
You think I care about dude?
I care.
Dude, how about this? I've been getting bad reviews all my life from half of the people anyway. But so why would I get booed and cussed?
Another thing,
when you go into a stadium?
Have you guys noticed this? And we live, we live in South Florida, and this is a growing thing down here, and I think it's happening in a lot of other places where there's like a lot of tourism. More and more restaurants where you actually sit down and eat at. Like, I'm not talking about ordering Uber Eats and giving a pre-tip. More and more restaurants are automatically adding in 20% or 18% gratuity. And like, you don't, which is like, I'm a good tipper, but I noticed that more of these places, they do it's no longer an optional tip, which, listen, I'm fine tipping 20%, but if it's automatically in there, the service is probably going to suck because they know they're getting that money regardless.
You know what? I have said if you include a tip in my bill, that's all you get.
Yeah, it sucks, right? Because you
Right.
could have got more.
You
Yeah.
could have gotten more.
Because
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
I'll look at a
Yeah.
bill
Yeah.
and I'll say,
Sure.
Okay. I've given a 50% tip.
Yeah.
If the guy,
Yeah, sure.
took care of my family and, oh, why don't you get this and that or whatever, right?
I accidentally almost bought a laundromat. It was crazy. I read the prices wrong. They were very happy to help me.
What?
It was crazy.
You almost bought a lot. You bought like the store, the laundromat.
So I went over there for like wash, dry, fold, right? They offer that service. And I also had sheets, and I had read that, or I had understood, there may or may not have been a language barrier. I understood that it was going to be $25 per sheet. It ended up being $25 for one, or for the total 3 sheets.
Oh, okay.
So I gave her money with the assumption that it was $75 worth of sheets I was paying for, in addition to a tip on top of that. So I believe when it all came down to it, I accidentally tipped $110 on the $75 total thing.
Wow.
So
Your greatest customer ever.
every time I walk in, "Hi, Mr. Marcos, Mr. Marcos."
They coming home, open the door for you.
Bro, I had 3 ladies carrying my laundry to my car. I'm like, this is strange. This is good.
Well, and now every time you go back there, they're expecting like a 200% tip now.
My fiance went over there. They might as well have smacked her in the face. The lack of
Yeah.
respect they gave her. I go over there and they're carrying me to my car. Hi, Mr.
That's
Marcos.
amazing.
When we come back, more news from the NFL. We'll keep an eye on what Leroy may have given us a sneak peek on, and much more from around the league.
started dancing and now put us into a groove. As soon as
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. Dono in for Tobin, Leroy in for Leroy, Figgy in for Scooby.
But by the way, where were you yesterday, Marcos? I didn't catch the whole show, but I caught near the end, and it sounded like Dan Day was in for you.
Yeah, me and Len decided to hit happy hour a little early. So
Okay.
once noon hit, I was like, it's 12 o'clock somewhere. That's the same, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yep. You know how
Well,
I do.
I think it was 5 o'clock in the UK when it was 12 o'clock here. So they were
There you
doing
go.
happy hour across the pond.
There you go.
Ooh, we got some good ones. I
What do
don't
you
tip if I'm picking up my food.
mean?
You know what
I
I don't
usually
like
do, but like a very small tip.
is when McDonald's tries to get you to pay for dipping sauce. But
Oh, I hate that.
you know what? If you order first,
Yeah.
right, and you pay by credit card, so it's ready. They ask you if you want to tip beforehand.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think you're putting the customer in an uncomfortable situation because you're making them feel like they're supposed to. And I don't think you should be asked to tip if you driving from your house to go pick up the food.
Yeah.
Because it ain't never ready when it was supposed to be.
No.
Right. It's a weird thing that like what we are expecting from each other, right? Versus reality. Like you shouldn't be required to tip in takeout. You just shouldn't.
Well, especially when the food is so darn expensive now, too. I mean,
Right.
It's not as if they're giving you some amazing deal where it's like, oh, I can't believe I'm getting these prices. I better tip them now. It's like, how can I afford to eat out anymore?
I will say this, though. If ever my order has been messed up and they fix it, right? I had a guy, when I went with my daughter, I ordered a filet, and he brought me a strip steak. And I said, I ordered a filet, right? I said, well, just pack it to go, right? He brought me the filet. I tipped the price of the filet because I appreciated him doing it.
Right.
And then I got my bill and realized he charged me for it.
Oh.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's not right because it's
Right.
not as if, and I'm assuming this is a nice place. Like they shouldn't be serving
Capital
your
Grill.
discarded steak to say, yeah,
It was Capital Grill.
They're not going to be serving your steak to another person, so that was their
Right.
mistake. You should not have to pay for their mistake.
No, but I knew it was going to be a problem when he said, "Oh no, I thought you ordered strip steak." Right. He didn't. He like wanted to argue with me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, whatever, dude. Right.
My biggest thing is I hate when Uber jacks up the prices. Like what would normally cost me $25 via Uber Eats is $45 before I even tip.
Right.
Right. But that's how they make their money.
Yeah.
They have the perfect way to make money. They don't invest in none of the food, none of the drivers, none of the nothing. You just pay them a service fee.
That's what I feel.
They just capitalize on our laziness because a lot of people are like, yeah, if I don't have to leave, I don't care if I have to pay more. I'm just going to pay more and have somebody
the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
They get, I mean, kind of like you mentioned, they have no expenses. So it's like, why the hell are you charging?
No overhead. Yeah.
They're not paying their drivers. They're not paying for the food. They're not paying for the gas. I don't know. It's strange. We're pretty much up against it, so I'll save this for the next hour. But in addition to a couple other things I wanted to talk about, ESPN released a list this morning.
Oh boy,
summertime, so it's a list time for sure. But this one's interesting. I want to get your guys' opinion on a few of these. I won't go through the entire list because it's the top 100. So we'll just cover, top 10, maybe top 25, because a couple of these names, a couple of these rankings, I'm pretty confused at, and other ones are a bit obvious. But this is ranking the top 100 professional athletes since 2000. So
Athletes or a certain sport?
Of any
nope,
sport?
athletes, any sport.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll discuss that.
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
He be on there.
Did not make the top
What?
100. Did not make the top 100.
Top
Yeah.
100 and Khabib's not in
Did
there?
Floyd make it?
He was not. Floyd did make it. Floyd was at number 25.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
John Bones Jones?
John Bones Jones did make it, but I was very surprised at how low he was. He was in the 60s.
Wow.
Well, that's
some
because
hate right there.
I don't think he has fought enough.
Right,
I mean,
because
he has a lot of.
he's been too self-destructive to his own career. Has been his issue.
But what I didn't like is that I have listen to 64 through 67 and tell me which name doesn't belong in your brain. 64, Mia Hamm.
Yep.
65, Kylian Mbappe.
Mhm.
Okay.
66, John Jones.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then 67, James Harden.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I mean,
he's had a great NBA career. I'm not surprised he's on the list. He's no Mia Hamm, clearly.
I just think he hasn't done anything significant.
as far as what? If you look at his scoring and
MVPs, awards.
He has an MVP award. He's a 10-time All-Star, 3-time scoring leader, 2-time assist leader, and a 6th man of the year.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's great, but is it top 100 great? Like, you just
How many people in basketball have been the 6th man and the MVP?
Yeah.
Not a lot. No, it's definitely.
I think he belongs in there, man. I'm sorry.
He belongs in there.
He belongs in there.
But like maybe 90. We
You
just
know what it
mentioned
is?
Khabib.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Here's what it is. Your attitude towards James Harden has been skewed by our boy.
Tobin.
Oh, I hate James Harden though. But like he's above Kawhi Leonard. He's above.
Kawhi Leonard doesn't play.
Yeah.
2 championships for Kawhi Leonard.
I don't care. He doesn't
But
play.
Harden's got more accolades though, like individual accolades. He plays more.
He has more, but does he have more important? Like 2 finals MVPs?
Well, where is Barkov? Is he in the top 10?
No, he should be. He should be.
Should be.
See Bob. I didn't see Bob, but they have Kawhi Leonard at 85, Venus Williams at 86. And
well, I'm already going to say, since this is an ESPN
then where's
list,
Serena? Serena got to be top 5.
but since this is an ESPN list, I'm sure it's going to be skewed more towards basketball and football, and it's probably going to disrespect some hockey players. It's going to disrespect some soccer players.
So there's soccer love, but hockey, there's no hockey love on this.
So it's disrespectful. I want to see the TSN list. Give me what are the Canadians saying?
Now you care about what the Canadians say, Dono?
I mean, out of respect for hockey, I do. Not out of respect for that country.
Do you think James Harden is better than Ronaldinho?
No, he's higher than Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho's 94.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
Zlatan.
95.
That's disrespectful to Zlatan.
Tell you, Connor McDavid is 98. Finally, Ed Reed 99, wow. And you're telling me
Connor McDavid is in the top 100. He's been in hockey for 12 seconds.
No, he's been in hockey for like close to almost a decade, I think.
6 years.
Conn Smythe,
6 years.
3-time Hart Trophy winner, 3-time MVP. Pretty good. Not good enough though.
6 years.
That's it.
So you're getting 20 years of credit for 6 years.
No, he was drafted in 2015.
Okay, so he just got done with his ninth,
yeah.
6th, 7th year.
Yeah.
Well, there's more on this list that we will debate about up next on the Tobin and Leroy Show.
Football coverage on fire. It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Valoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy. Dono in for our boy Tobin, out all week, but he will return next week live from Big Ten Media Day, where Leroy was snubbed of an appearance. But
yeah, that's right. You'd think they would want a Big Ten legend to come back for the media day.
That's fine.
Wasn't invited.
Wow.
Okay, wasn't on the list. Was not on the list.
Wasn't on the list.
Dang.
But nonetheless, Tobin will be there live in Indianapolis next week. In the meantime, we are blessed with the presence of Mr. Alex Dono.
Yeah, I'm going to be at the ACC media next week at Charlotte. Probably would rather be in Charlotte than Indianapolis, if I'm being honest. They used to do the Big Ten in Chicago. That was a much better spot.
Hey, I just got an interesting stat.
What's that?
Want to chew on this for a second?
Yeah.
Leroy, you always talking about how the Heat don't have that go-to score. Just saw they haven't had a 25-point per game score since 2013.
Whoa.
LeBron.
Longest drought in the NBA except for the Magic.
Jeez. Well, that's because the Heat play team basketball.
No. No.
It's
So
about
does everybody
spreading
else.
the points.
So
You
does
don't know
everybody
who's going to
else.
step up on any given night. You don't
Here's
strictly rely on one player.
But here's the problem, Dono. Can you tell me on a nightly basis who's going to be that guy?
And that's the magic of it. In the playoffs, we know it's Jimmy when he's healthy, but not last year. But in the playoffs, we know who it is. In the regular season, we can hit you with anybody. It could be Tyler Hero's night tonight. It could be Scary Terry's night to hit you.
And you think that's a night. And based on how the NBA works, you think that's a consistent way to win games?
Apparently, it's not working so well in the regular season because guys are taking too many days off. But
it's not even that. Okay, I don't care. Okay, even if you didn't play as many games as the team would like, right? That stat would say you do need that guy. That if he only plays X amount of games, you need to know when I put him in the lineup, that's 25.
I can agree that consistent scoring has been an issue for the Miami Heat.
For a while. They've gotten away with it,
on that.
And they've ignored it. But the fact of the matter is, no, dude, these playoffs, they went 3 games in a series when they scored 80 points. In 2024.
All right. But can I say there's a good reason, though? There's many different good reasons and a string of bad luck as to why that stat is true. Number 1, Chris Bosh's health. That was the first string of bad luck where we redesigned the entire roster following the dismantling of the Big Three to revolve around Chris Bosh.
Ago?
Yeah, I mean 2013. So I'm saying there's a series as to why we got here. Yeah. Because first Chris Bosh, that whole situation kind of lingered for like 2 years, to be honest.
Yeah.
Then following that, okay, we have to figure it out mode. So we just got done acquiring the biggest free agents of all time. We are kind of enemy number 1, and everyone wants to see us fail. We're not the free agent destination that we used to be. So we tried to do it in-house. That was a mistake by management. The one that you brought up earlier, we're talking about.
Dion Waiters was supposed to be that guy.
Exactly. They tried to bank on people like Dion Waiters, James Johnson, Tyler Johnson, and that was wrong.
Not Bam. It was Hassan. They tried to bank on Hassan.
Exactly. Completely horrible wrong. You cannot, excuse the front office for that. But they were trying something. They realized, hey, that's not going to work for sure. So they decided we need to go out and get Jimmy Butler. For a minute, that seemed to be working. And then the last time in which they kind of were experiencing bad luck was this whole Dame Lillard thing. We were supposed to have Dame. Joe Cronin.
It's all Joe Cronin's fault. Really. I mean, we would have had a 30-point per game scorer last year if Cronin didn't have an agenda.
He had an agenda, Leroy.
Right. So I'm getting some Leroy worked for the Spurs and the Pistons box then.
Yeah, like 20
You
years.
also had
Twice.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the Pistons won a championship. What was that? Like 17 years ago? Like that was a long time ago.
The Pistons won a championship exactly how the Heat have been playing for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And it just and look, I get it. I understand what people are saying, right? You're looking at the results, right? But as an organization, you can look at the results and say, we cannot consistently be this. It might work 1 out of every 10 years. And the point is, when you look around the league and look at the teams that you have to beat, they have some bona fide scorers, some guys that can light it up. And Jimmy can be that guy, but Jimmy's not that player. That's not what he chooses to be. So you need a scorer. You need a bona fide scorer because
100%.
Every successful team you see in the NBA has that guy that they can just scratch off 25, right?
Sometimes two of those
Sometimes
guys.
2 guys, right? And you haven't had a guy do it since 2013. You played 3 games against Boston where you didn't score over 85 points? And you're telling me that's not an issue?
We should have drafted Bronny.
They have him stand in the corner and then it'd be 75.
Yeah.
Let's get to some headlines. These headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Speaking of Bronny, and speaking of Summer League action as we have been, Bronny gets his best Summer League display yesterday with 12 points.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's 7 more than he averaged at USC.
Yeah.
He's doing amazing. 12 points for Bronny. Wow. Really been more of a defender, if you will, but he has been outscoring one of the top draft picks, Alex Sarr, who I don't know if you guys saw, went like 0 for 15 in his summer league in 30 minutes the other day. So imagine that being your draft pick, and Bronny's outperforming him at the moment. But so far the best outing for him, and probably one of the better outings for the Miami Heat yesterday, who were able to top the Dallas Mavericks 92-79. Well-balanced performance. Although even though the 3-point shooting wasn't really going down, for example, Pelle Larsson went 1 for 5, and Josh Christopher, who we've been watching really closely these past couple games, went 1 for 7 from 3. Even with that, though, Miami Heat still able to pull away late, outscoring the Mavericks by 11 in the fourth quarter, and by 12 in the second quarter. So when it mattered most, Miami Heat came through, and they're going to need a lot of that youth during this run of this upcoming season, as they weren't really able to make any moves. So hopefully that youth is able to translate during the regular season. Staying in the realm of basketball, I'm not sure if you guys were able to see this yesterday. Caitlin Clark back in the news as she set a record 19 assists in one game.
Jeez.
That's pretty good.
It's crazy how like she's become so polarizing, where like some people just pretend she's not even good, when it's like, I mean, you can't deny that. Like, you know, if you think maybe she's getting a little bit too much hype, I guess that's your opinion, but to pretend she's not a good player, it's absurd.
Here's the thing. It's harder, and I'm not taking anything away from Angel Reese, but it's easier to go into a new league and be effort and determination person, right? The assist and the shooting is a skill set that you probably need more time to get acclimated to. So the fact that she's doing that
Right.
at a young age is amazing, you know,
Yeah.
as her first year. Not taking anything away from Angel Reese, but she's very powerful. She's big. She's very aggressive. And that bodes well into what she is doing as a rookie. Not, you know, handles and handling the ball and turn and having to watch your turnovers and then hitting jump shots. And then, you know, so it's two different players. And so when you compare them, it's kind of hard to do that because
Yeah.
you have to realize that it's much more difficult to acclimate yourself as a facilitator in the next league than it is to be effort, rebounder, skill in the paint person, right? Usually bigs can have an impact right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I kind of like the fact that it seems like Reese and Clark don't like each other because it kind of reminds me of like old school basketball rivalries. Because like in the NBA for the last 20 years, these guys are all best friends, right? The fact,
Yeah, I would say
I like the fact that they don't like each other.
It's more Angel Reese doesn't like what the world has done with Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely.
It's not necessarily Caitlin Clark, right? So she kind of, the things that she says, I understand what she's saying, right? It's a little bit inaccurate because Caitlin Clark is moving the needle as great as Angel Reese is, right? But she's taking that out on Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Right? And Caitlin Clark is really not like, what do you want me to do? Right?
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those situations where you're backed into this situation based on what other people are doing and not necessarily based on the two people.
Exactly.
Now, not sure if we were able to do the jokes yesterday, the dad jokes. Were we able to give away any tickets yesterday, Leroy? Do you remember?
We didn't give it only tickets. You're the only one that gave away tickets.
Okay, well, that means I have 2 pairs of Sarah Silverman tickets to give away because Sarah Silverman is bringing her post-mortem tour to the Fillmore in Miami Beach this coming January. Keep listening to us for details on how you could win tickets. This is a Live Nation show. In addition to that, classic rock band Styx and Foreigner will be at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm this Friday. You can win yourself in by going to WQAM.com/contest and enter online.
Who's
Tickets
that? Perry is the lead singer of Foreigner?
Let's find out.
No, you're thinking of Journey.
I'm thinking of Journey. I'm thinking of Journey. Yeah.
Okay. Lead singer. Now I need to know who's the lead singer of Foreigner. How could you not know that it is Lou Gramm?
And I don't think Lou Gramm's with them anymore unless he reunited with them.
No, he's
no.
dead.
I think he's alive. I just don't think. I'm not sure.
Wait. Here's the funny thing about what just happened.
Yep.
Dono is still trying to figure it out.
Marco, the guy who sings with them now is somebody named Kelly Hansen.
Did you not hear Marco say, no, he's dead?
No, he's not dead. He's not dead. I'm sorry.
No, he's not. I don't think.
No, he's not. He's not.
Dead.
Oh, so you're like, and
Lou Gramm is still with us, everyone. In case you're worried, I'm not drinking.
He's still with us. He's just not with Foreigner.
He said that, and Dono just kept moving along.
Yeah, no, he's not dead.
No, he's not. He was the co-founder and lead vocalist for Foreigner from 1976 to 1990, and again from 1992 to 2003.
That's probably when they went on tour.
Yeah, I just saw 1992 to 2003. I was like, wow, he died.
Yeah, no, I think they had a dispute, and I think he still sings Foreigner songs, but not under the Foreigner banner, and then Foreigner plays their songs with somebody else.
Yes, indeed.
Isn't that a weird thing how that works?
Yeah.
Because like back in the day, you did have like 5 to 10 people in your band, right? One guy wrote songs. One guy was the lead singer. Everybody else played their role. And then when it gets ugly, like, yeah, like I remember watching a New Year's Eve party on TV, and they said U2 was going to be there, but Bono wasn't the lead singer.
What?
Yeah,
What? Was the Edge there at least? The guitar player who wears like the beanie hat?
don't know.
No clue. There's really only one guitarist people know, and it's Slash. Totally marketable.
Or Prince.
He is very marketable. It's not the only guitar player people know.
Nah, he was on Guitar Hero, dude. Everyone knows Slash.
Oh, that's true. He was.
When we come back, we will review more of that list to find out who topped the 100 best athletes since 2000. That and much more on the Tobin and Leroy Show.
delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Scattered thunderstorms this afternoon, high of 92.
It's our number 2 with Tobin and Leroy.
Baby, I like you.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show, live on a Thursday. Dono in for Tobes, Leroy in for Leroy.
Yes.
We discussed it last hour. The top pro athletes of the 21st century. We reviewed some of the surprising and not so surprising entries thus far. If you want to read that list, you can do so by going.
And who's number one? We haven't established, because I can tell you who it should be, but who
Is
it
it
is.
Messi?
Messi should
Ronaldo?
be number one, but LeBron is probably number one. It's an ESPN list.
All right, well, we'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and give us a sneak peek into the top 50. But before I do, I just want to give you a few names that were left off the top 50. Ovechkin, Alexander Ovechkin, left off the top 50. He was 54.
Wow.
Calvin Johnson also left off of the top 50. He was 57. Ray Lewis, 61. And
but keep in mind, these are guys, their last years were 15 years ago.
Yeah, so a lot of
the
the guys
that they made
started,
the list.
yeah,
The fact that they made the list is pretty incredible in that they haven't played their sport in over a decade.
Well, and also you're talking about the best since the 2000s. Like Ray Lewis started his career in the 90s, his pro career.
Ray Lewis was the first. When the team moved over, Ray Lewis was the first pick. Ray Lewis and an additional pick, the left guard, Hall of Famer.
Michael Orr?
Ogden?
Ogden.
Ogden.
They came in the same year. So yeah, Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis.
That's a hell of a pick.
Yeah, that's a great draft.
Right.
Hope Chris Greer's taking notes.
So even though that was the first year of and I might say Michael Orr might have been, Ogden might have been the next year. But
and then
Ray
shortly
Lewis
after that was Ed Reed.
Ray Lewis was the first pick of the Baltimore Ravens franchise.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now he is the 61st pick of the top 100 list.
But when was his last year?
2012.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Last year was when they won the Super Bowl, then he went out after that?
Yeah. Went out on a goal line stand.
They won the Super Bowl in
2001, was it? Oh no, it was actually.
But they won again. He did win it in 2000. But was he on the second one to win it with Harbaugh?
Yes, he was. Yeah. He was, because it was a goal line stand.
Was that 2008?
2000? No, it was like 2012.
Yeah,
2012.
Okay.
They retired right after.
Yep. Now the one who's right after Ray Lewis on this list, they actually have a note here that is when ESPN runs this back in 2050. This person is the likeliest candidate to rate worthy of the top 10. And at 62, they have Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, okay.
Because he hasn't done it long enough. That's all.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
plays baseball, so who cares?
Leroy.
I just wanted to rile Leroy up.
Leroy, your boy Phil Mickelson at 68.
Where's Tiger? Where does Tiger show up?
Top 5.
Top 10 at the very least, I would think.
No, top 5.
Manny Pacquiao, 71. I'll tell you where Tiger isn't and that is past 50. So
Okay,
time
so he's in
now
the
to
top,
go.
as he should be in the top 50.
As
He
you
should
should.
be top 5. Tiger Woods in golf since 2000.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not arguing.
Couple
Don't think he should be
notable
number
names.
1, but he should be top 10.
He might. I mean, he could be. Oh my goodness, Tiger, what are you doing?
From 50 to 40, just a couple quick ones here. 41, Dirk Nowitzki, fitting since he wore number 41. They got Giannis at 42, which I thought was pretty interesting. A-Rod at 43, David Ortiz at 45.
And
a couple
I feel like A-Rod would have been higher if everyone didn't hate him. And if
yeah.
Well, let me tell you something.
Smug face.
He's had the greatest turnaround in the history of sports.
He has, but still, like I feel like if not for, because when the guy was playing baseball, most everybody hated him. Like I feel like A-Rod would be higher than 45 if not.
It's kind of like that. If you like Jeter, you had to hate A-Rod.
Yeah,
for reasons for nobody, neither one of their fault.
Yeah, exactly. What about not that I want you to spoil everything, but I'm wondering where they put Barry Bonds on the list, because he did some amazing things.
He was the greatest hitter of my era.
Right. They were tainted by, what he was doing, although I still would say your hand-eye coordination has still got to be pretty darn awesome, regardless of what you're putting in your body.
Now the 40 to 30 list, obviously, as you can expect, has a few more poppin' names, if you will. Kevin Durant, 39. Your boy Barry Bonds, 38.
Okay, there you
go. Just in front of him, Ichiro Suzuki, 37.
A lot of longevity for Ichiro, and I thought, of course, I think of him as a Marlin. I know people think of him as a Mariner, but he's always a Marlin to me.
He was a Marlin like Mike Piazza.
A little longer than Piazza, but yeah.
I haven't necessarily mentioned in too many women, but there is a lot of love to women being shown on this list, including 32, Marta from Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I would say Serena's top 5.
Yeah, Serena should be top 5 for sure.
I think she should be for sure.
Yeah.
I would say Serena, Messi, Tiger.
What about Cristiano Ronaldo? He's going to be close. He'll be top 5 probably.
10. Dwayne Wade at 35. I know that's
criminally underrated. Come on.
I think so for sure. They have Jokic over him, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Wow.
Getting from 30 to 20 before we hit commercial break. Just a couple notable names, like I mentioned, Jokic above Dwayne Wade. They have him at 28. Leroy's old teammate Randy Moss at 27.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned earlier Floyd at 25.
Floyd's that low, huh?
Man. Kevin Garnett, 23, which that was interesting.
I don't know if I would have Kevin Garnett.
I think just for his acting in that Adam Sandler movie, Uncut Gems, fantastic. Like that was better than anything he did in basketball.
Do you think that Kevin Garnett was as dominant in his sport as Randy Moss was in his?
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's not count the guy out yet. 2008 NBA champion, 2007, 2008 Defensive Player of the Year, 13-time All-Star, 12-time All-Defensive Team, an 8-time All-NBA selection, and the All-Star Game MVP in 2003. I mean,
okay, that's great. But who was more terrifying on a basketball court or on their respective fields?
Randy Moss, but there were some issues in far as motivation in regards to Randy Moss.
No, there wasn't.
I also think
that's what people told.
I don't remember Oakland Randy Moss. You're telling me Oakland Randy
Moss?
That's
what people told you.
What about Oakland Randy Moss? How do you explain?
What about Oakland?
Oakland sucks.
Seems to happen a lot there.
Yeah. New England Randy Moss did all right for himself.
Right.
Did great. I mean, that's the motivation thing we're talking about. There was some
here's one. Where's Usain Bolt?
So we're going to get into the top 20 when
what about Joey Chestnut? Top 5?
Didn't even make it. Did not make it, which I thought was complete outrage. Completely changed the game.
Oh, no.
I think they're punishing him for
we haven't heard from Tom Brady.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Brady. Brady's got to be very high on the list.
Where was Mahomes?
knowing ESPN, it's probably going to be LeBron number 1 and Brady number 2, probably.
No, Messi will be in there somewhere.
He should be, but I don't know, man. I don't trust ESPN.
And do you put Messi? Like, it's weird because there's certain players that go hand in hand, right? Like, you can't say Messi without saying Ronaldo.
Right, even though Messi's better, but yeah.
Oh, okay. He's a local guy, so I'll give him the credit now, but less crying. I mean, Jesus Christ. Every time I turn on
Did you see his
TV,
ankle?
Yeah, dude, I would have been weeping if that was my ankle.
Right.
See, that goes, let me tell you.
Just a little dead foot.
Oh,
That's people that have never really been hurt.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
We'll find out the rest of the list and much more when we come back.
You would have did better if you had just gone down the list instead of spot checking where players are.
That is
That's
100.
probably my fault. I keep asking him for spot checks.
It's both of you, actually. It's both.
Actually,
you know what, guys? What are we doing? It's Figgy's fault.
Yeah.
More
fault.
Well, it's not
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. We are finishing our top 100 athletes of the 21st century as provided by ESPN. Thus far, no real shocking rankings, you guys, right? Nothing too crazy.
I thought Mia Hamm was a little disrespected in the 60s, but
let's see. The top 20 begins at number 20 with Aaron Donald, number 19, Lewis Hamilton, which you mentioned.
Wow. Greatest Formula One driver of all time. No respect for his sport.
Who's the new guy? He's one just
Verstappen.
Verstappen is one just.
Yeah, he's great too. Yeah, it's true.
This is a name that we hadn't mentioned. Patrick Mahomes in at 18.
Okay. I mean, he'll probably be higher before he retires. I mean, given the way Mahomes is going.
So that means Brady is ahead of him.
Yeah, as he should be. Yeah.
Shaq 17, Tim Duncan 16. Shout out Katie Ledecky making it at number 15, 10-time Olympic medalist.
Okay.
Steph Curry makes it at 14. Ronaldo at 13.
Wow, so Steph ahead of Duncan, and I guess with the champ, yeah. I mean, okay.
plus, you have to understand that Steph changed the way basketball is played.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I just had to kind of think that through before I could just let that slide. But you're probably right.
This is a name that you had asked about before, Dono. Number 13, Ronaldo.
Wow, Cristiano Ronaldo. Wow, outside the top 10. He's probably very salty about that. He's kind of a diva.
Some love for Rafael Nadal and tennis as he comes in at number 12 with Djokovic at 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kobe starts things off in the top 10 with number 10. They have Kobe Bryant.
I think that's fair for Kobe.
Yeah.
Now, these are all names that you guys had essentially asked for. We can finally determine which one of you was right.
Finally, we'll hear Joey Chestnut in the top 9.
Number 9 is Usain Bolt.
Okay.
Tiger, number 8.
Wow.
Tiger is 8?
See, I had a feeling he'd be outside that top 5, but top 10 deserved for sure.
Simone Biles.
Like, I think Tiger has done more for his sport.
And also he started in the 90s, right?
No, 97, dude.
Oh, I mean, it's just
2000 was one of the greatest years of golf ever.
3 really good years in the previous decade.
Between 2000 and 2001, he owned all 4 majors.
Yeah, no, he did. I remember.
But how long has he been washed is the real question.
Yeah.
He won a major in 2019.
What?
Yeah.
Tiger Woods?
Yeah, he did. That was like shortly before he had that really bad car crash.
No way.
I think the last major was 2019.
2009. He won the Masters in 2019.
Yeah. So, see what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. Simone Biles is ahead of Tiger.
Indeed, Simone Biles.
Since 2000, she hasn't even been at her sport that long. Tiger been doing it.
Tiger
97 was his first year.
Yeah,
and his last championship was 2019. His last major was 2019.
At the very least, they should flip that. Biles 8 and Tiger 7.
Yeah, that makes sense. 7-time Olympic medalist for Biles. Definitely a historic career. You know, they call her the GOAT.
That's fine.
In regards to gymnastics.
But they're still trying to find somebody to do what Tiger did in stretches during his career.
Well, in her third Olympics, Biles became the first gymnast to win all-around gold in non-consecutive Olympics. She also has 5 skills that bear her name, including a vault with the highest difficulty level in women's gymnastics. They're naming stuff after her.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Tiger's got his own logo, though.
Oh, but you know
by
what?
By the way, if I might add to this, you know how hard it is to get Tiger stuff?
Oh, is it like all sold out?
No. Like the shirts and stuff. How about this? They sell the Tiger shirts, don't even have a damn tiger on it.
Don't have the logo.
Right. It just says red on it.
Just a red. What is it? Sunday
It
red?
doesn't have the Tiger logo on it, or they have it on the tag. They don't have it on the shirt like what you see with Tiger.
Have you ever tried to buy Simone Biles gear?
I'm too big.
No.
So right there's your answer. No.
There you go. There you go.
I'm too big for a leotard. But no, I'm just saying, like what is TaylorMade doing?
Yeah.
Right? Like when
Dropping
Nike came out with Tiger Woods stuff, that TW was on everything.
Everywhere.
They sell gold. If you go to Tiger Woods golf shirts and try to buy a golf shirt, it doesn't even have the little tiger on it.
That's weird.
Nope. And
I'm
it's
not buying that.
Super expensive.
The only thing you can get is a hat.
Yeah.
With the tiger on it. I'm like, it's the they don't want to sell shirts.
Roger Federer, number 6.
Okay. I can see it. Now, would you think Federer should be ahead of the clay court specialist?
Nadal. Yeah, he should be
Nadal?
ahead of Nadal. Yeah.
Okay. Then you got to put Joker ahead of him.
They put Joker right ahead of Nadal, but Federer ahead of both.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5, Tom Brady.
Yep.
Tom Brady, number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're in the top 5 here. Number 4. This is gonna shock you, Dono.
Really?
Number 4, LeBron James.
Oh, listen, I'm glad. I'll take it because I really thought ESPN, just because it's what they do, would put him at
means
number
it's
1.
got to be Serena.
Messi has got to be in there.
Messi.
Top 3.
Yeah.
And
Serena,
who are we missing?
Messi.
There's one big one you guys are missing him, and when I say
Michael Phelps.
So number 4 is LeBron. Number 3 is Messi. Number 2, Serena Williams. And number 1 on top of the list with 28 Olympic gold medals. I'm sorry, with Olympic medals, 23 gold medals. That is Michael Phelps.
Now, can I just say this? I would have put, if that's the route you're taking, I would have put Serena 1.
What?
Over
just
Phelps?
because of the competition. Right?
Name another swimmer.
Exactly.
Ryan Lochte.
Right, which that's it. But
I only remember him
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Serena started dominating tennis, there were still big names that she was destroying.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
That's not to say Michael Phelps. I think you're discrediting Michael Phelps.
I'm not discrediting him.
Yeah, you're saying his competition was garbage.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the access. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, think about it this way. It's harder to make it in Major League Baseball. So if you're great for a long period of time in Major League Baseball, when it's basically a world sport, right, is pretty unique. So when you think about baseball and the access that baseball has to all of the countries and the Latin countries and the Asian countries and stuff like that, it's truly a world sport. If you're dominant in Major League Baseball for a long period of time and are on that list, you're dominating in a sport that has access to the world. When I say men's swimming, once you get past the US, you don't know anybody else.
Yeah, but I think the reason why we don't know any other swimmers is because Michael Phelps kicked all their asses. Like, he was so good that,
right. But and I'm not here. I hate having these conversations for this reason. When you have this conversation about somebody else, it doesn't mean that you're discrediting the person.
Sure.
Right. And that's what I hate. But think about this. Besides the Olympics, what do you think about swimming?
On a hot summer's day.
No. I'm talking about competitive swimming.
Yeah, I mean, the Olympics.
You see what I'm saying?
But that's the entire world competing, though. So every country and
every 4 years.
They got water everywhere.
Every 4 years.
I mean, he dominated outside of it too. Like, it's not only he was just an Olympics guy. I know there's world champion. I can't keep up.
There's
with
world championships and all that stuff.
Yes. And that's stuff that he doesn't get. He may be the greatest Olympian of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, greatest Olympian.
Sure.
Got you. Now, there's only one other sport that is world access, like tennis and like baseball.
Soccer.
And soccer and golf. Right? And so those sports and how they compete against each other going to have more, more cachet with me because of it's not every 4 years. And so that's why even though I know what Michael Phelps has done and he's been dominant and what have you.
He's won 82 medals in major international long course
That's
competitions.
insane. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like he's won 28 Olympic medals, but 82 overall in major international long course competitions.
Tiger won 82 PGA events.
Tiger's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
But Michael Phelps is 39.
Okay, think about this. Who's had more of a bigger impact on their sport?
Probably Tiger.
Right.
But Phelps is it's right up there though. Like we're splitting hairs because think
about this. More people like me have picked up a game of golf because of Tiger. How many people said, "Ooh, when was the last time you got in the pool and said, "Ooh, I want to be a swimmer"?
I mean, but anytime I do anything in the pool, the first
or your kid.
Is Michael.
The thing is, like they're both synonymous with their sport.
I want to be. How many kids grow up and say, "You know what? I want to be a swimmer." It just kind of happens. There's people that got that as kids say, "Ooh, I want to be Tiger Woods. Ooh, I want to be Lionel Messi. Ooh, I want to." You know what I mean? The impact of people wanting to do your sport. That is what kind of makes me think that they're more worthy to be higher up on the list. That's why I said Messi.
I think part of it, it's more fun to play golf than swim laps. I mean, swimming laps feels like a chore. Am I right? Like it's like exercise.
Yeah. I and also I understand what you're saying though, Leroy, where it's like a lot of people don't even have the luxury of having access to clean water to train like, Michael Phelps would. It is definitely a sport.
But you need access to golf clubs and golf courses, though. That's
listen. I grew up in the hood with zero, with nothing, and I managed to find a club and go to a park, and me and my uncle would hit balls at each other. Like it's just like I can't. You
couldn't have found a pond to swim in, though. You could have found. You could have done that if you wanted to.
That's out of my what is that? That's out of my demographic, right? That's the bubbas.
All right.
But only bubbas go swim with them gators
on a creek.
In a creek. Yeah, no, I don't mess. No, dude. So yeah, I get it. I could say I understand it, right? But I'm just thinking from personal, interaction with different sports, right? That I can't remember the last time a kid has said to me or a parent has said to me, my kid is a swimmer.
But another thing I'm going to think about is though, like for as great as Tiger has been since the turn of the century, like you can name other really good golfers who have won tournaments, whereas like Michael Phelps just housed everybody. Like there's like nobody else in his sport
except for Ryan Lochte, who came in and did some stuff too.
Is that the one who faked the robbery? Lochte?
Yeah, he was just like he was a sidekick on Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
He wasn't. I mean, no one mentions him other than for the fake robbery. Like I said,
yeah.
I think you're right that more people are. He's more of a transcendent athlete, Tiger Woods. But I think because of the lack of popularity of the sport, shouldn't necessarily be held against him. He's still dominated. Like if you're the best cricket player of all time and you've just completely dominated the sport, you dominated the sport. There's nothing I can say. I'm not gonna be like, well, who plays cricket?
Yeah, but I'm looking at it as far as, and I don't want to see if you dominate a sport at a world level, right? I'm not trying to take anything away from that, right? But I would say this: because I'm not a swimmer, or I'm not into swimming except during the Olympics, right? I feel that Tiger Woods has had more of an impact on his sport than Michael Phelps has had on his. And the numbers of how many people watch, the amount of money that has been brought into golf, the amount of kids and all of the first tee programs and stuff to give everybody an opportunity to golf. That all came with Tiger, right? And so when I'm meeting kids that never would have golfed before and now they like to golf, I see a whole bunch of, I know a whole bunch of people who teach kids who would normally never get into golf. Now there's a first tee program. I look at it that way. Same thing with Serena, right? You look at Serena, you turn on tennis right now.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot more, young Black ladies that are into tennis now that maybe wouldn't have been if Serena and Venus hadn't played. So I look at it from that standpoint. When you talk about the impact along with the winning, the impact of what you had done and what you have had on your sport is going to take precedence over me. Didn't know nothing about hockey until about 5 years ago. I mean, soccer. I knew who Lionel Messi was.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the
kind of, you see what I'm saying?
I still think Messi should have been number one, if I'm being honest. But
if my man Swimmer would have walked in the building and slapped somebody in the face, they would say who that is.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You would know.
A lot of
10 feet
his
away
face was very well known.
When we come back, Leroy is going to give us an golf update as to what is going on. More headlines, more shenanigans in games. You know the vibes. We got some trivia today. We got some more games. Goosies or no Goosies. All that coming up on the final 2 hours of the show here on Tobin and Leroy. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. Dono holding things down for us all week.
I'm enjoying myself, man. It's fun being with you guys. I missed you guys yesterday, though.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I heard for a little bit it was you and Dan Day. You said Solano was with you as well.
Yeah, Solano was with us for the first 2 hours, and then he had to fly from Dallas off to a vacation somewhere. Like he was
another vacation for this guy, huh?
I know, right?
Jeez. With that being said, I'll be on vacation next week.
Where
no, I have a show with Crowder.
Oh, that's right. I was talking with Crowder about that, and he spoke very highly of you. I tried to downplay your comedic prowess, but Crowder defended you.
I appreciate it. Crowder has been very good to me, although I rarely talk to him because of how busy he is. Every time we do have an opportunity to speak, it always goes well. Nowadays, I actually talk more probably to his wife, Asia, who's really in charge of, like, not in charge of his life, but helps organize his life.
She coordinates. Yeah, that's what he was telling me, that he doesn't know what he's doing when, that Asia coordinates everything. So
yeah, thank God. She's been
I wish I could get my wife to do that for me, because I don't know where I'm supposed to be at any given time of day.
Yeah, my girl hates me too much. So
I have the same problem with mine. So
yeah.
Well, tell Miss Potty Mouth she should calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
I try to tell her, but as you can see, she gets aggressive.
You should have replayed it for her.
I should have, honestly. I cut it. I ended up cutting the piece of my mom speaking because she's so adorable. You know, you just want to hold on to your mom speaking on the radio.
Now I can't recall whether it was trash day.
Yeah.
That was great. Let's get into some headlines. These headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
No trucks.
We have a retirement in the NFL that directly affects the Miami Dolphins and the AFC East. Not because the Dolphin has retired, but because a enemy of the Dolphins, New York Jets, and potentially Aaron Rodgers' number one target, his buddy Randall Cobb, has retired after 13 NFL seasons. Yes.
Okay.
He is joining the SEC network as a college football analyst.
Where did he play? Georgia? I can't remember where Randall Cobb played.
He played Kentucky.
You're thinking of Randall L.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, it's one Randall L.
He played quarterback in college.
I got my Randalls.
Yes.
Or he got his Randalls mixed up.
Different Randall there. This is Randall Cobb. He had 3 seasons in Kentucky, 35 touchdowns in those 3 seasons.
That's more than me.
UK Athletics Hall of Fame.
In college? Let me see.
So now this,
I think I had like maybe 25.
Let's see. How many touchdowns?
Two, but I only played like 2.5 years.
You are have in college. It says you had no touchdowns. That's crazy.
I can't remember that.
How many touchdowns did Leroy Howard have? It's giving me like the whole team right now. I need to go to sportsreference.com. Leroy Howard,
25,
17 touchdowns at your career in Michigan.
That's it.
Oh,
well, you know what? That's rushing. So let's see receiving.
I don't think I had any receiving.
No
receiving touchdowns.
Maybe one. Not.
Yeah, I have kick and punt returns. I have scoring, but
I had more.
No receiving touchdowns. None.
I almost had the same amount of receiving touchdowns in the NFL as I did rushing touchdowns.
Wow. How come they didn't throw to you at Michigan?
Because we didn't throw the ball at all.
Okay.
Didn't need to. When you're running down everyone's throat, who needs to throw the ball?
Yeah,
Right.
when you got, I had my average line was 310. That was in the 80s. So we ain't throwing the ball.
That makes sense.
How many fumbles? I have been known to drop it every now and then.
Happens to the best of us.
This kind of, adds a little bit of curiosity for me with this retirement. I know he's probably just doing what's best for him after 13 NFL seasons. I can imagine Randall Cobb's just, there's a chance he's just tired and, wants to get paid to be on the SEC network. But something that I've been seeing a lot recently is a reunion potentially in New York between Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. And as we dive into this, have you guys had an opportunity to see that new series on Netflix where they cover
Our
the
receiver.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. Everybody talks about it, but
Davante Adams is a jerk.
really,
he is an
Really?
okay. So I'm sure he's dealing with poor quarterbacking for sure. You know,
he
I'm
has
not
been ever since he and Aaron split up. Yeah,
but the way that he deals with Jimmy Garoppolo is disrespectful almost. Everyone wonders why Jimmy, they essentially gave up on him. And it's, being revealed through these clips that essentially Davante Adams signed off on the Raiders benching Jimmy Garoppolo just because of how horrible.
Off.
Wow.
Yeah, like essentially he's like, hey, if you want to bench this guy, I totally wouldn't mind because
it's weird. It's weird because you guys know how much I love Bernie Kosar.
Yeah.
And nobody's career was affected more than when Bill Belichick got rid of Bernie. And I didn't feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird thing. I didn't feel, I was sad, but it was above my pay grade. So I never did that thing that I guess athletes feel they can do now, and I had nothing but love for Vinny, right? But me and Bernie had kind of a rapport where I knew I was going to catch a whole bunch of balls. I knew he was going to do a lot of things with me, and I was going to have an opportunity. And that's just the way it was. Like, but I didn't have nothing against Vinny. Vinny's one of my favorite players. It just how long he played. So I don't know where we got in sports where that's okay.
It's very common nowadays too.
Right.
Players have they feel like they have say in things. I think LeBron started that, Marcos. I think that was a
basketball's different. I didn't say basketball. I'm talking about football.
Fair.
Now, some of the things that Davante Adams was quoted as saying is, after getting a lot of backlash for the way he was seen and portrayed in the Netflix series, he says, I love Jimmy. He's a great guy, but something had to happen in order for us to have a chance down the stretch and for me to remain a Raider, in all honesty.
Wow.
So essentially, he put the organization in a position of you either bench him or I'm gone.
Hey.
Yeah.
Too late, dude. Too late. Too late.
Yeah.
You can't, you know what? Me saying that I have nothing but love for Vinny comes across as genuine because I've never said a bad word about Vinny.
Correct.
But if I had trashed Vinny and then say I got nothing but love for Vinny, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing but love for somebody you just trashed.
Well, it was like Jaylen Brown with Bronny James.
Inside. Right.
So another some of these things that are on the Netflix. I mean, and this is football, Leroy. I'm sure these are things that happen.
That's right, Dr. Toboggan. That's kind of two-faced.
What? You talking about for
talking trash about somebody and then saying I got nothing but love for him? Nobody don't believe that.
These are some of the things that he said during a game against the Lions. This is what he was quoted as saying on the side. Oh my God. I'm just reading these quotes and it's all right. He says, this is bleeping pathetic, bro. Adams said after Garoppolo overthrew a pass during the game against the Lions. Just throw the effing ball, man. Effing tired of this effing bull bleep. Adams continued as he slammed his helmet. I got to get the F out of here before I lose my effing mind. I ain't never been hit so many effing times in my career. Every game I get bleeped up.
Dang.
So let me break that down for you.
Yeah.
And I would say this was during the game, right?
Yeah.
This also coincides with losing.
Right.
So, correct, for sure.
So put it in its proper context. Right?
Yeah.
I don't have that in me, right? To where I'm gonna go on a football field like I ain't never made no mistakes and start blasting other people. That's not my makeup.
Yeah,
nor
for sure.
should it be a lot of other people's makeup.
I
Right?
mean, in
There's
this
a way.
game-
There's a way to go. There's a way to go about that between two people. I've had Bernie come to me and say, "Yo, you got to do this." Right? Nobody heard the conversation. It was between me and him, and we were good. You know, I've gone to people and say, "Yo, just get on him. Don't worry about it." Right? You ain't got to do nothing special. Just put your body on him. I'll take care of the rest. Right? I don't care what you got to do. Get on him. I've said that to people. Right? But I ain't never came on the sideline and say, "This is ridiculous. We can't get no yards if don't nobody block. I got to get up out of here where I can go where somebody's going to block."
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's counterproductive.
Yeah.
Because
No,
guess
I mean,
what? When you go out there next series, guess who's going to be your teammate?
I mean, at least he went out there next series. Didn't Antonio Brown once just like walk out of a game? It's like, I'm done. I'm leaving.
Now, what you're mentioning, Leroy, it's counterproductive because even in the receiver series, you can see the other sideline, the opposing sideline, who he was going against, commenting on how frustrated he was and how he needs to get out of there. So now, not only you're upset and you're causing some sort of drama on your end, now the other team is seeing, oh, that guy's frustrated.
You know what that means? You know what that means? So every team that plays against Davante Adams, they're going to get in his grill. They're going to be physical with him. They're going to do everything they can to frustrate him early in the game. And then you ain't got to worry about him at the end of the game. That's fair game. You put yourself in that situation. So during a game, I would never give another team credit that they're getting me. I would never let them know. I don't care if my nose is bloody. I don't care if my teeth are loose. I don't care if I got blood coming. No, I just pop up, go back to the huddle. If I need to have a conversation, we have it in that little huddle. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't going to never show my frustration so that they think that you are empowering the defense to keep doing what they doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. When we come back, I'll be giving away one of the pairs of tickets I have. I have
How we
two
gonna give them away?
So we did the dad joke last time, and that went well. Do I trust them to do that again, or do I give them a trivia question?
I like dad jokes. I like laughing.
Me too. Yeah.
I like the dad jokes as well. So if you're listening and you're interested, Sarah Silverman is bringing her post-mortem tour to the Fillmore in Miami Beach this coming January. Keep listening to us for details on how you can win tickets, and this is how you should do it. Line up.
That Reed kicked your ass just
Oh
now.
yeah, totally. I had a stroke.
Post-mortem
tour to the Fillmore, because it's like post-more tour to the Fillmore. Like, what are we, Kendrick Lamar? I can't deal with this. Line it up on our phone lines 305-567-0560 with your best dad joke. If you're able to make us laugh, that secures you your pair of tickets to see Sarah Silverman at the post-mortem tour.
Nailed it.
305-567-0560. Give us a call, give us a dad joke, or else Leroy's gonna take all the tickets. We got more when we come back.
This
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. That song, Laugh Now, Cry Later, Drake and Lil Durk. Let's see if we can laugh now or we'll be crying later. We have Cap for Life on the line here. Cap for Life, you're on the air.
Michael!
Top of the top.
Cap.
Okay. So what's called a snowman that has a temper tantrum?
Temper tantrum?
A meltdown.
A meltdown. Pretty good. I don't like it. A submerged.
The delivery wasn't that smooth, but the punchline was good.
All right. Leroy's not buying it. Cap, I appreciate your call. Thank you. I'm gonna put you on hold for now.
Yeah. You get it, right, Leroy? A meltdown.
I get it. Yeah.
Meltdown. He just wasn't.
Dono.
Okay.
Stop. We just say, look. The whole point of the joke is if I need a translation of the joke, it ain't funny.
I mean, Marcos, you got it right. A snowman meltdown.
I get it now. I get it. Thank you. I get that. Why shouldn't you tell your secrets in a cornfield?
Because they're all ears, or
that's even better than my punchline.
Ears.
Too many ears around.
Oh.
We got another caller here. Caller, you are on the air. What is your name?
Tim.
Oh, I think Tim provided us with a good joke last time. I'm almost positive. Not sure though. Tim, what you got?
This one's not so hot, but it's towards you, Frog Boy.
Oh, damn it.
What kind of shoes do frogs wear?
What kind of shoes do frogs wear? What?
Open-toed.
Good. You know, the reason why I like that one is because I thought he was going to say used. And that Tim so far with open-toed. I'm like
closed-toed would have also worked, right?
Yeah, anything with toad.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the two rowboats that got into an argument?
No.
It was an ordeal.
Oh my gosh.
No, not a fan of that one, Leroy.
You get it, right, Leroy?
Tough out. It's great. Now my favorite part is gonna be Dono asking every time if you got it.
Did I get it?
Did you get that one?
Yeah.
We had another caller on hold there that probably got scared from Tim's good joke. So unless someone calls at the last second.
Wait, but then did Tim win last time?
No, Tim. If Tim is the Tim that I remember, he said he didn't even want the.
Oh, that's right. He just for the love of the game. Remember,
for the love of the game.
Tim, if I anoint you winner of these tickets, is this something you want? Or are you going to say you don't want them? You're just here for the love of the game.
Nope, here for the game.
Wow. Damn it, Tim. Thank you for calling, though. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Of course, guys. Be good.
Damn, he just got to get these.
He said, Dr. Tobin say Tim is a freelance joke maker.
He doesn't get compensated for these jokes.
Hey, Marcos, never buy anything from Velcro. It's a ripoff.
Leroy, did you get it?
Did you get it, Leroy?
I get it. That's not funny.
I think the better jokes are us asking Leroy if you got them.
Yeah.
Where do birds stay when they travel?
Where?
Someplace cheap.
Yeah.
Come on. Pretty good. So I essentially right now I'm in the lead for the tickets based off of my calculations. It seems like I will be taking myself to the Sarasota.
So nobody else called in?
Hey, Marcos.
No. Yeah.
How do you tell it's a dogwood tree?
How do you tell it's a dog?
The bark.
By the bark.
I
gets it.
Oh, but he got it quick that time. I was trying to think of something like there's a twig or something about peeing. Yeah, the bark. Pretty good.
Here's another dog joke. Dogs can't let me start this over. Dogs can't perform MRIs, but cats can.
Cats can.
You get it, Leroy?
Oh, Leroy's liking this. We're getting warmer. Caller, you are on the air. What is your name?
Steve.
Steve, what is your dad joke?
All right. What did the Mexican fire chief name his two sons?
What did the Mexican fire chief name his two sons? Putting my career on the line with this one.
Yeah, I was about to say you're on your own for this one, Marcos.
But I am. I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna bite. What did he name his two sons?
Jose and Jose B.
Jose. And I'm glad I stuck around. I'm glad I stuck around. Sir, I'm going to anoint you the winner of the Sarah Silverman tickets. Is this something you're interested in, or are you just here for the love of the game?
No, I'm interested in the ticket.
Okay, good. I was gonna say I can't even give these away. At this point, if you can,
Oh my goodness, they're coming in. Why is the bicycle not able to stand straight?
Too tired.
Yep. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
I don't even get that one. I'm gonna put you on hold, caller. Thank you again. If you can wait, probably send it's commercial soon. I'll get you information there for the tickets. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, thank you, Marco.
This is one of the things I look at on Instagram.
Yeah, them trying to,
yeah, I like to find these to tell my son because he thinks these are all legitimately funny jokes. Hey,
no.
Leroy, what does a house wear?
What does a house wear? What does a house wear?
A dress.
Oh.
Wow, that was even bad for the bad dad jokes.
That was bad.
I'm telling you what, when they used to have those book fairs at school,
that's the joke book.
Oh, yes. The joke book. Immediately I'd go to the joke book, dude. Everyone would be tired of me by third period. It was great. When we come back, we have to play our favorite Tuesday game where we determine whether it's Goosies or No Goosies.
It's Thursday, dude.
That's what I said secretly. Words mean words.
Like what do you like?
Thursday game, just like I said.
I got 3 more days to this week.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Man, it's only Tuesday?
Tuesday. Our favorite Thursday game, Goosies or No Goosies. When we come back, Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. Oh, hello, Figgy.
Hi.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Leroy and Dono.
These appearances are getting later and later, huh? I heard this hello to you yesterday at 1 p.m.
That's not true.
It's crazy, dude.
You're on delay.
15-minute delay. Wow.
A point's a point, you know.
Point for JFig.
I could have won those tickets.
You really could have. All right, let's start off with a few topics that maybe Dono's familiar with. I know he had a previous show. Was it Fighters Fury? What was it?
Oh yeah, Fighters Fury and Fight Night.
There you go. Mike Perry. Not sure if you guys know him.
PMP, Platinum Mike Perry.
Indeed, he is currently competing in the middleweight division in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, but he is also set to square off against Jake Paul this weekend. Now, I don't believe they're doing bare knuckle. I believe it's a normal boxing match. But do you get goosies or no goosies from Jake Paul's best opportunity at getting knocked out?
Honestly, I've got a little Jake Paul fatigue. You know, I prefer when he fights, like, because he started to actually fight some like legitimate boxing opponents every now and then. Because I don't know, the whole spectacle of this stuff. No goosies.
No goosies, dang, dude. But he can get knocked out finally. You're not interested?
I mean, if he gets knocked out, I'll watch the clip 1,000 times. So that would give me goosies.
That's fair.
But he'll probably win.
Leroy, what about you? Jake Paul potentially getting knocked out.
I think the bigger question is, why do we hate Jake Paul so much? Because he's gotten more money for some of these fighters than the actual representatives of the sport. And so
he's kind of obnoxious.
He is, but that's the fight game.
Yeah.
So I would say this. I would love for him to get into a ring with somebody who could actually beat him, and just to see how good he is.
Yeah, Jake Paul,
right?
by the way, he's a minus 450 favorite, so he's a relatively hefty favorite here.
Oh, damn, I didn't realize it was that much. Mike Perry, though, pretty tough.
He is tough, but he's Jake Paul. Actually, one thing people don't give Jake Paul credit, that he looks like a decent boxer to me, but like people just assume, oh, it's a reality TV show guy, but he's actually a pretty good boxer. With all the other stuff he does takes away from that.
All right. JFig,
which we said about boxers and about fighters.
Right.
Right. He could be really good if he wasn't for.
Now, I was all over my guy, Nate Diaz, beating, I know, again, like 305. I love Masvidal, but Nate Diaz has been my guy forever. Nate and Nick, I love those guys. So I loved that fight a couple weeks ago. I'm still mad. My guy Diaz apparently didn't get paid.
Did you think you thought legit though that it was no question won?
I thought he won. Yeah.
Well, that's incorrect, Anno. I apologize. I'm so sad. No, he did. He did win. Unfortunately, he still has not got paid, like you said. So
yeah. So did he really win? Because I think he the money was probably more important to him than other factors there. So they owe him $9 million.
Wow.
JFig, goosies or no goosies at the potential of Jake Paul getting knocked out this weekend?
I won't have goosies until he gets knocked out. So
that's fair. She's reserving her goosies.
No goosies.
That's fair. All right. Topic number 2. As we all know, the number 1 song in America for quite some time. Can't escape it. I don't think it's still number 1, but I wouldn't be surprised. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. You've seen it everywhere. You've seen different renditions of it. You can't open your phone without someone using it in a reel of some sort.
It's the first I'm hearing of it.
There's no way.
I'm serious.
There is no way this is
serious.
The first hearing of this. You know why? Because you're as you should be as a professional, tuned into the Miami Hurricanes.
I am.
So, but there is
look where he lives.
Okay,
I live
so
in the facility.
I'm gonna play a quick snippet of the song, and you're gonna tell me that you haven't heard any of this. Let's see. Psst, I see dead people. Which, by the way, he's removed all sort of.
I have heard this. Yeah. I didn't know what I was hearing.
Correct.
There
So
you go.
this Kendrick Lamar song, this dedicated to Drake, really took the internet by storm, breaking all sorts of streaming records. But apparently, fellow light skin Steph Curry has had enough. He was quoted. It's not the only song. Steph Curry standing up for his light skinned brethren, Drake. Does that give you
standing up for him?
He's had enough of the song.
Had enough of that song.
If you like Kendrick, you don't get enough of that song.
The song is new to me, so I'm kind of digging it.
If you like Drake, then there's definitely a chance that you may feel the same way as Steph. I've had enough of that song. LeBron, who notably was cool with Drake, still loves the song, still willing to play it. Steph Curry has had enough. Does him stepping up for his light-skinned brethren, Drake, give you goosies or no goosies on this song that you had no idea existed, Dono?
No goosies, sorry.
No goosies.
No goosies.
What a shock on that one.
No goosies.
Leroy, goosies or no
goosies? Take the L.
Take the L.
Take the L. Everybody loved the song. It's a diss track on your boy. Maybe he was implicated in some stuff you was not aware of. Right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And Drake asked for it.
He did. He did beg him to drop, according to him. JFig, does him
number one.
Him? Yeah.
Was it actually clarified that he was defending him?
Nah, he was just saying he's tired of the song.
Exactly. I have no goosies because we work in radio also, so we constantly hear these songs over and over.
No goosies.
Absolutely.
So what are you going to expect, Steph?
Yeah, I mean, but geez, hear it everywhere. We get it, guys. We get it. It's a good song. Speaking of retirement, we talked about retirement earlier with Randall Cobb. Now it seems someone is taking a step away from the spotlight. Someone make sure Tobin isn't listening, as I'm sure this is going to bring some tears to his eyes once he hears this. Adele confirms she is taking a break and doesn't have any plans for new music at all. Essentially retiring.
Wow.
Does Adele's retirement give you goosies or no goosies, Dono?
I mean, what is she, like 35? And she's talking about retirement?
She's very young.
She's very young.
Adele's age. She is currently
36.
64.
Close. So
maybe
she just turned 36.
No, I'm gonna say
maybe her and her man are gonna get married and start a family.
Count their dollars.
She can still sing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
she's going to take a big break from music.
Well,
I think she
had a whole residency in Vegas, so she's had her tour basically.
Most of her music is about heartbreak and when things go south.
So you're saying
what is she gonna write about when everything's
to
good?
dump her and then she'll write some music.
Everything's good right now. He's in a happy place.
Really?
She did say she's quoted as saying her tank is quite empty.
Okay, she need a break.
All right, I'll say Goosey.
She didn't say she was retiring.
Yeah, she didn't say you're the one who lied and said she's retiring.
He's putting words in her mouth.
Yeah.
So I don't have any plans.
Maybe her and Maverick Carter are,
Well, that'd be interesting because she's with Rich Paul. So
Rich Paul.
Her and
would
Maverick
be
Carter
interesting.
would be
Yeah, I'm gonna say Goosey's get some rest and come back in a couple of years with some.
It happens. Usually, here's what happens. And give Day South a -1.
Oh, wow.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. They come out with like an album. They do a little, she did the rounds. She came out with her second album. She did a residency. right? And usually these artists have these breaks anyway when they either go on tour or whatever. So now that she did a residency, she's going to take a break. So it might be a couple of years before you get a new album, but that's no different than any other artist that comes out with a couple of albums, then goes on tour and then right. So it's not unique to
Plus,
music.
She's put out enough songs already. We got the old stuff to listen to. I mean, how many more songs?
She's only got 2 albums, right?
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's 3.
Three. Okay,
I want to say it's 3.
Talk about lazy.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my
Maybe she's
God.
already been on a break.
I actually see more than that. She has more than 3 albums.
I want to say yeah too. Hold on.
Oh,
she has.
All right, Day South. I take it back because you're right.
Okay, so you preemptively.
Okay, so she has
Well, no,
4
because he
albums.
said I messed up Sarah Silverman and Whitney Cummings. Whitney Cummings is the producer of Two Broke Girls.
Oh, see,
Dang,
even when you said that the other day, I'm thinking in my mind, wow, so Sarah Silverman and Whitney Cummings are both involved in that show.
No, it's Whitney Cummings.
Well, you know what, Leroy, you get a -1. How about that?
-1.
You've been mistaking things this whole week.
For lying.
I have. Well, that's because I've been on air more than you, so I've had more of a chance to make mistakes.
You know what? -1 for lashing out. That's cute.
-1.
-1
for the truth.
Lashing out. Thank you very much. And also -1 to you, Marco.
Whoa!
Because
-1.
guess what? She put,
Yeah.
I want a big break after all of this. I think I want to do other creative things just for a little while.
Oh, so you sent. Oh my goodness!
She's not even really taking a break. She's just
right.
like
She's
not
just
gonna
doing
sing.
something else.
She
oh
says,
my goodness, Marcos
says the tank is quite empty, and I don't have any plans for new music at all.
New music. She's doing something else. That's right. The frog fibber.
Something else.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, how you gonna
See how I catch all your lies? You liar.
Yeah.
No way, dude. A big break from you. Okay, so how about this? We'll put a futures bet out. If Adele comes out with an album in the next 5 years, then you guys can get your money. If she doesn't come out with an album in the next 5 years,
It'll probably be the next 5 years because she does albums every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but that's when her life wasn't good. Now she's rich. She's gonna have a family. She's done.
Then you know what? I hope that she's able to sing happy songs since you guys are not content.
He said we're over here handing out -1s like Oprah used to hand out cars.
You get a -1. In the final hour of the show, it's time now
for Marcos to start telling the truth.
Nope, never gonna be time for that. Always need a little wiggle room. We've done summer blockbusters. We've done some summer trivia. Now we're gonna be doing summer jams. Guess that song, Summer Jams. That's gonna be next hour on the Tobin.
Someone's gonna get hated here.
Yeah. And just so you know, still have 1 pair of Sarah Silverman tickets. So if you think you got a good dad joke, feel free to call us 305-560-0560. More on the other side.
WQ
Welcome back to the final hour of the Tobin and Leroy show on a Tuesday. Let's get to some headlines very quickly. These headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Yesterday, we had some history in North American sports. So that includes the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, and MLS. That is Kevin Sullivan breaks Freddie Adu's record for the youngest MLS player to debut in a game.
Wow.
Leroy, do you know how old he was?
15?
14.
Wow. I think Freddie was 15.
Okay.
Yeah, he is 14 years, 293 days old.
Yeah, you're putting a child on the field.
So basically, Messi could be his dad.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
I think Messi may have a kid that age, actually.
Messi is another person who started very early. So as we see that trend hopefully continue in the MLS, that just means that our talent level is getting better at a younger age, hopefully.
Or
one of the things that's different.
You're putting 14-year-olds on the field?
One of the things that's different here than in Europe in a lot of sports.
Yeah.
This is why basketball is catching up internationally. Is because at a young age you can be in a club.
Right.
Yeah, play professional.
You can play professional. And so a lot of these kids, so when we look at the G League, you look at kids now, you can go out of high school and go to the G League. Well, they in effect have what is a G League for high schoolers. And in soccer, they have like youth clubs that they groom these kids. So you got 13, 14-year-old kids that are learning how to be pros, which is amazing to me because that's one of the things I said about Jovic. Wait a minute. Why are we calling him like he's 1 year out of college when he been a pro longer than a lot of the guys you got on the team?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, this is how you started. You know, this is how you continue to build that trend, that young farm system, if you will.
Right. Now, I will say this. You also could have a heat situation in MLS. You start doing, then they're going to be like, who's it? Pulisic?
Yeah. Close.
He was really young and he was a star, and now he's in the EPL.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's going to happen a lot. Like, if this kid's already getting on an MLS field at 14, by the time he's 17, he's going to be playing overseas.
Because that's where the money is.
Exactly.
It's like,
that's where the prestige is.
It's like Europeans coming over here to play basketball.
Right.
Freddie Adu was also 14 years, but he was 14 years, 306 days. So it's honestly like a 13-day difference between the two.
So he just barely beat him out.
Just barely.
And honestly, I hope this kid turns out better than Freddie Adu because he peaked at 14, unfortunately.
Yeah. Prior to him in the other major leagues, NBA, NHL, NFL, WNBA, and MLB, Andrew Bynum previously held the record for youngest, and that was 18 years, 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, a pretty big moment yesterday, definitely. And I
where's Andrew Bynum from? Is he Canadian or something?
I think he's American. Bynum?
Let's check it out.
He came right out of high school, right?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
That was like right before
LeBron was the last year.
Yeah.
I think LeBron was the last year they did straight out of high school.
Yeah, he came straight out of high school. He went to St. Joseph High School. Let's see where the hell he's from, though.
New Jersey, I think, right?
Yeah, he was born in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Plainsboro, which is like, could you not come up with a worse name for a place?
Wow.
Welcome to Plainsboro.
Sure, it's a beautiful place.
I'm sure it's amazing. To all our fans in Plainsboro, I mean no disrespect, but go to hell. The Marlins are back in action. Not sure if you guys are interested in hitting the ballpark this weekend. The Marlins will be taking on the Mets tomorrow at 7 p.m., followed by Saturday and Sunday. Again, continuing the series with the Mets. You got a 1:40 first pitch on Sunday, 4:10 on Saturday. So some early games if you want to get in and get out.
Okay.
Won't take up most of your time. Like I mentioned, tomorrow's at 7:10 p.m. Other than that, we mentioned it before, Randall Cobb retired in the NFL, joining the SEC network. So good luck, Aaron Rodgers, throwing the ball to Randos.
Well, he's got his guy Lazard there, right?
Yeah, Lazard's pretty good.
Another one of his old friends.
I mean, he's got a stud wide receiver too. Let's not forget
yeah.
and Garrett Wilson.
Sure. That's right.
That's true. Yeah.
Garrett Wilson. He's got his pal Lazard, and we'll see. He's 40 with a bum Achilles. We'll see what he does.
That we're more worried about that.
Yeah.
Now, when we come back, I previewed this before we went to break. We got summer jams on the playlist. And these are all-time summer jams.
I better see some multiple choice.
You can't play summertime because you led with that.
Correct. That was the only one I would have gotten. So when he led with that, I'm like, no, he took that off the table.
Will Smith, no cussing.
Yeah, I respect it.
Like Heavy D. Y'all remember Heavy D?
I think Eminem mentioned Will Smith doesn't have to curse in his records, but I do. So bleep him and bleep
Oh
him.
yeah,
that's right. I remember that.
Hey, I gotta tell you that guy, and you can't get him because he gets himself.
Yeah.
Now the thing about let's talk about the structure of how we're about to play this because it'll be a little bit different.
You know what? I don't like this. I'm just gonna flip it right now.
Each person goes first.
No.
You can't have randos.
No, it won't be. It won't be. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna ask you guys to mute your microphones, and when I play the song, which will be in reverse, once you are aware of what the song is, you unmute your microphone and deliver your answer. That will determine who was first because I don't have a buzzer system. Unless you want to do buzzers, unless you unmute your microphone and go buzz. I would love to hear what your buzzers sound like.
I don't like the buzz.
You know what? I think I like that. So you're gonna unmute your microphone.
Jennifer's buzz would be okay.
Okay, I have the answer.
So unmute your microphone. Give me your best buzzer, which you will be selected, and then you determine whether or not you know this song. If someone, if you get it wrong, if someone
barely know songs forward.
Yeah, my problem as well.
You know what? My problem nowadays is I can remember a song, but I won't be able to tell you who it is or what the name of the song is.
Well, I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I didn't make this one a brain teaser of any sort. These are all pretty popular songs for sure, and it's a wide variety as well. Not leaning towards any specific genre. So
I hope so because look at all of us on this show.
Yeah, for
Do
sure.
We look like we all listen to the same.
No, all different sides of the spectrum.
Mainly me.
I got something for all of you.
I listen to all music.
Leroy does. He actually really likes songs that are in car commercials, though. That's where he really
true. He's gonna shine there.
He does his best work.
Not backwards though.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out. If you're interested in playing as well, make sure you tune in to our Twitch and YouTube to see our beautiful faces and beautiful reactions. That's Miami 560 WQAM. We got more music trivia, summer jams when we come back.
want to see me, they're gonna pay. Hey, get him, get him.
It is hilarious.
Summertime here on the Tobin and Leroy show. Lana Del Rey bringing in the summertime vibes as we get ready for music trivia.
It's too hot for that music.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That ain't chill music.
No.
Right? Like, it's too hot for chill music.
Maybe it's so hot that they kind of had to slow it down.
Single.
She does have a new single? I like
There's a
Lana
new
Del Rey.
single with Quavo, I think it was.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, you won't find any Quavo on this list or none of the Migos. Instead, you only find certified hits. I explained the rules beforehand. I am going to play the reversed version of that. As soon as you are familiar with the song, you unmute your microphone and buzz in so that you can be selected to be deemed the winner of that round. Is everyone aware of the rules?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Donald just muted himself.
Yeah, I muted myself early. I was so aware.
And I tell you, Dono, every time we play trivia, Dono is not messing around.
No,
Dude.
I take trivia very seriously.
He is not messing around. Dono, if you're interested, I'm hosting trivia July 23rd. Anyone listening?
Okay. I'm going to be in
Marvel-
Charlotte, though.
All right. Well, you're dead to me. How about that?
Sorry.
Let's move on to
Leroy, are you familiar with muting yourself?
Leroy, are you okay? Oh, look
There
at
you go.
that!
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Woo-hoo!
Okay.
Right. Let's start with a softball here. We're gonna start with the softball, if you will. This is entry number 1.
Oh, I know.
Beat it. Got it. Beat it.
Wait, I buzzed
Michael
in
Jackson
first.
beat it.
Oh, hold
He
on.
buzzed in first, though.
I buzzed
will
in.
say.
He parched in.
Dono buzzed in. Dono buzzed in. What is your answer, Dono?
Well, and I knew this even before Leroy blurted it out so impolitely.
Blurted it out.
What?
Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Let's see. Let's find out. Pretty good. Pretty good, Dono. Pretty good. First one, pretty easy, right? Fair enough. JFig, did you have any idea what it was prior to them both answering?
Yeah, but I forgot that I was on mute.
Okay. Well, that's fair. Leroy, remember to buzz in before you.
I gotta hit unmute then buzz because there's too many steps.
Yeah, it is a lot of steps. I was confused for a second if I was doing it wrong, but yeah.
I'm hosting and
Because
producing.
I said hey, and then I
You need to tell me.
said it. I unmuted myself and then but nobody heard me because I was muted.
All right. Let's. All right. Look, if you
First of all, I'm gonna tell you something, Dono. No gyrating, because that gets me nervous and make me rush my steps.
Well,
It made me rush my steps.
That like threw me
Because
off.
I said, hey, I gave the buzzer and I was still muted
That's
because I
because
saw
you
him
did
play
give
on
a
his damn
buzzer.
hands.
All right.
I saw you play on your hands.
Well,
All
clearly
right.
it worked,
All right.
whatever I
I'll
did to
mute
throw you off
myself
your
again.
game.
Let's go mute
All right.
back. All right. Ready?
let's
Go.
do it again. This is entry number 2.
I know.
All right. Dono buzzes in.
Ooh.
Dono, what do you think this is?
Is that Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit?
Yep.
All right, 2-0 for Dono.
Wasn't
Man, Dono, this
Grohl
is like
wasn't
just-
Grohl the drummer in
Yeah.
that group?
Dave Grohl.
Dave
Yeah.
Grohl. See that? I know music. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Your smarticles are showing.
Don't be afraid to get on in there, JFig. Don't be afraid to get
Okay,
on.
you know what? Dono might bite me.
Dono raised again with the giant. No raising of the hands. It's like
You have
he
to
goes,
raise your hand now too.
All right, I got very excited that I
oh,
knew
no,
it.
how are we doing this?
All right.
We
Let's
can say,
take
we can
this.
say, no, we don't need to mute ourselves.
Yeah,
Raise a
that's
finger.
it.
First finger. You don't
First
say
finger.
nothing until you get acknowledged.
Okay, so don't even unmute until Marcos acknowledges.
No, you don't mute at all.
No, yeah,
You
just
we don't even mute.
finger.
I should just raise the finger.
Finger. First finger. Marcos
First
determines what who had the first finger.
He's got to be paying attention then. This
I
He
do.
won't be looking.
No,
This
I'm gonna
could go
look.
awry.
I promise. I'm gonna. It's gonna turn into a riot on here.
Yeah.
All right, Dono pulling away 2-0. Let's see if we can continue.
Because of all his damn gyrations and crap.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
There you go.
Whoever falls off their chair
There you go. There you go. Dono's first. Of course, he's the only one gyrating.
All right. No gyrating, Dono.
Okay, I'll
Please.
try.
Right there. Right.
Try not
There
to
we go.
gyrate.
That's it.
All right, ready? This is entry number 3. Oh, I seen Leroy. I seen Leroy's finger.
Hotel California.
All right. Leroy says Hotel California. Let's see if he was correct.
Good ear.
What? Hey,
Take that.
that's
Dono.
even out of my demographic, but I'm a like I said, I like music.
You still
See
did it.
everybody saying, how do you know that? Because I love music. I listen to all kind of music.
That
He
was
does.
impressive, though. That was pretty impressive. All right. You guys ready for entry number 4? Currently,
Yeah.
right
Put
now.
your finger down, JFig, down. Woo! Lift it up. You don't just put it on
You
the
made me
side.
doing that. You got me first.
Whoa. That's you, JFig. I'm happy that she's in there, though, because
Okay.
for a second I was worried. about it.
The person who has to listen to the whole album and get the full meaning of all
You
the
know
words.
what? I
All
know.
right.
No, I don't like this.
All
I don't
right.
like this.
This is entry number 4. You guys ready for this one?
Ready.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Dono. Jeez. Dono, what do you got?
This is how we do it.
Oh, Montel Jordan.
Montel Jordan.
Ah. I wonder why Montel Jordan couldn't get a rebound for somebody. Ain't he like 6'8"?
He is very tall from what I've heard. Very, very, very tall. One may say too tall to just be a singer. I think if you're 6'7", you got to do something sports related or.
I didn't even know he was that tall.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. Now, this is the final one. I'm not sure if you guys are ready for this entry. This is in honor of those summers that you spend at your grandmother's house watching and enjoying television with her. That is what was the inspiration behind this last entry. You guys ready?
Ready.
Locked in? Let's do it.
Oh! Oh no! I know it.
Why does it sound like game show music?
Yes.
Because
Bob Barker.
This is
The Price is Right.
yeah.
Dono. I saw
You know
first.
what? Guess what? My grandma, she didn't speak English or anything like that. So this is just not fair.
Right is right.
Dono, I saw you as the first one with
Yeah.
your finger up. You're already winning 3-1, so I'm gonna give this point to Leroy. Leroy gets
All right.
Leroy gets.
Why? I'm the one that's the game show music.
Well, but you didn't know the game
You
show.
didn't know the game show.
I'm Hispanic.
All right, so you know what? She's right. It's not fair. I gave her something that she potentially may not have listened to. So
Oh,
let's give one option. This has nothing to do with summer,
hold
though.
on. You mean like growing up, I was listening to Hotel California?
Yeah.
Wasn't everyone?
Who didn't?
Weren't we all? This one has nothing to do with summer unless you believe in Christmas in July. This is
Why would you
strictly,
include it, Marcos? Oh my gosh, the deception on this guy.
well, it's really just to give you a point, but I mean, I can take it off.
Okay, fine. If you say burrito sabanero right now.
Donald was still first, though. Donald was still first with his buzzer.
I said it.
No.
Donald,
The
put
correct
your finger down right now.
Donald's still with the buzzer.
No.
The correct answer.
Mi burrito.
Hey, can I just say this?
Yeah.
You could play any Latin song. I would know it. I might be able to dance to it, but I would not know the name of it.
That's fair. Maybe what if I play like Suavemente? Not even Suavemente?
I don't know the names of these songs.
Nah, that's fair.
Like, what is about the gasoline song? What the hell is that about?
Gasolina. Is that Daddy
Yeah.
Yankee?
Sir,
No, but I'm just saying. What is
really
that song
can't-
about?
Can't
It's-
explain.
I mean, I
Gas
could
prices.
explain it, but not on the air.
Correct.
Oh,
Gas prices.
Oh,
okay.
there you go. Hey, look, after 20 years, it clicks. I just saw it click in Leroy's brain.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh,
No, I didn't know it was
Yeah,
something.
it was.
Yeah.
It was.
nothing."
That was our rendition of music trivia on the
Yeah,
Tobin
a little
Leroy
more talk, a little less talking from the host, and a little more music playing because you had to give a whole description of the damn song. So,
To the
like,
last
yeah,
two songs,
just play the
actually.
damn song.
All right, well, sounds like someone who lost 4-1, really. I
mean, all right.
All right, more Tobin and Leroy when we come back.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy
Martin Luther King. Happy birthday. Happy
All right. There's no way I can be the only one hearing the sound effects that are being
The childlike laughter
blared through the microphone.
No, I was watching.
It's Leroy, and I'm out here blaming you.
Hey, I was watching something ridiculous. Ready? Look at this.
All right. It
What is
looks
that?
like a roller coaster. That's
Oh,
Right.
oh my gosh!
And you know what I was thinking?
What were you thinking?
Look at all them white people.
That made me want to throw up just like that.
Yeah,
No, that's too much.
I just
that's even too intangible for me.
hey,
No, that's too crazy.
Hey.
That doesn't even look fun though. It looks like
Yeah.
No, it looks like
holding on to life.
you want tortured. You want to
I'm
be
like,
tortured.
what in the world are they doing?
Before Leroy was watching a hilarious video, I played Happy Birthday from Stevie Wonder. And do you know why, Dono?
Whose birthday?
Guessing it's somebody's birthday.
Wow, he's good.
It's mine.
It is indeed Leroy's biggest foe. JFig? No. Leroy's biggest foe, Bam Adebayo. Celebrating
Oh,
his
it's
birthday.
Bam's birthday.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
hey, Bam.
Happy
Yes.
birthday, Bam!
Hey,
Birthday Bam.
Don't worry.
27 years
Always
old.
Bam.
20,
Always.
what, 7?
27.
Yep.
That's where they
Still
say
in
the
his prime.
prime begins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hitting the prime
Well, they say 6 or 7 years.
on Prime Day, or are
So
we a
this
day
is
late
his
for Prime
6th
Day?
year or 7th year?
It's prime day.
6th year.
He was drafted in 1943. No, drafted in 2017. So he is going on his 7th year, I believe.
7th year. Yeah.
Solid. Pretty good. Leroy, can you do us a favor of giving us an update of the golf leaderboard in the Open Championship?
Hold on.
Brought to you
I'm just
by
ready for the
Edwin
loser.
Watts Golf Shops. Get there. Last
right.
we checked, it was a bloodbath, according to Leroy.
Yeah, it is pretty ridiculous. There is the leading score at the moment is 4 under, and that's one person. Shane Lowry. Justin Thomas is done for the day. He's at 3 under. Xander Schauffele is at 3 under. He's contending again. Alex Noren and Nicholas Højgaard, who has a brother also playing in it. If you want to look for any of the guys that we know, I like to go over a couple of the
How's Scheffler
the live
doing?
players. Brooks Koepka. How's Scheffler is 1 under.
Okay.
He's playing right now 311.
Okay.
But let's get to some of the live players. Jordan Spieth is at 1 under. He's not a live player. Let me get down. I'm trying to get to Tiger. Tiger. Aberg shot 4 over. Oberg. DeChambeau 5 over. Goodness. Heath Theegala was 6 over. He's been Rory 7 over. Tiger 7 over. Cam Smith 7 over. Louis Oosthuizen 7 over.
Tiger's 7 over.
Yeah,
Wow.
done
used to watch
for the
this
day.
guy, dude.
Maybe
Wow.
ESPN was right not to have him at number.
John
1.
Daly 11 over.
John Daly still golfs, huh?
Ernie Els 10 over. Well, you can play.
Ernie.
You can play until you're 60.
Oh, 58. He's only 58. Thought he was older.
Yeah, so John Daly's still in it.
Time has not been kind.
Todd
to him.
Hamilton, Ernie Els. These are all people that have, won it.
John Daly looks like Rex Ryan's older brother.
He does.
The one that they keep hidden away from family.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the black sheep of the family for sure.
Right. But sometimes the black sheep will say, I don't know why y'all call me the black sheep. I'm keeping it real in and out, all y'all.
That's usually the case, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sure.
But you know what they say, you can go with this or you can go with that. The choice is yours.
Scheffler is now even par, by the way. He was 1 under, but I just saw him.
I'm sorry, that was a great black sheep joke. You guys want to sleep on that completely, but that's a point if you're gonna ask me. Well, no, it's fine. Tough crowd.
Oh.
Tough crowd. Any other notable names at the bottom of that leaderboard?
No, I mean that was pretty much the bottom of
Gotcha.
it. Between Ernie Els, who just won his first major on the senior tour, between Ernie Els and John Daly. Remember, Tom Watson almost won it at 59.
I remember that.
You know who won it that year?
I don't remember who actually won it.
I want to say Stuart Sink.
Oh, how could we forget Stuart Sink, my boy?
Yeah,
went on to have a pretty good career, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Nope.
Really?
Never heard of him. Intangible.
So yeah. So right now, 4 under is leading. Justin Thomas is at 3 under, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys at 2 under. So man, this is close. I would literally say all you have to do is make the cut. If you make the cut and have one good round, you can get there. But it looks tough because the best round so far is 68.
Wow.
And that's crazy because usually on the first day of a major, you have one of those people that just go out there and shoot a crazy number. But I'm looking at this weather, and it's windy and it's cold. They got jackets on they golfing with.
We should have sent you out there to the Windowplex to do the weather on location.
Right.
The weather on location.
Throw some
I've never been over there. I've been invited
in Scotland, right?
To go on a golfing trip.
Yeah.
But guess why I never went?
Oh, let me
I don't know.
Me.
Go.
You have to buzz in.
Leroy doesn't believe in travel because his people aren't appreciated elsewhere.
No, that's not it.
That's why he said he didn't go to Paris.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Which I don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of diversity in Paris.
All that walking.
Kanye West and Jay-Z proved it.
So you're on. I kind of gave you a little. There's no golf carts. So every round of golf you play, you got to take a caddy and walk.
Oh man,
I ain't about that life no more.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Dade South submits a last-minute dad joke. Why did Marcus's feet have to log into Zoom for a webinar? Oh, that's funny. That's funny to you. Huh? Oh, that's the one where you laugh, huh?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I knew it had something to do with web, but I couldn't quite get there. Webinar.
That's all we like. Isn't it crazy that 75 people come into work at our building?
Yep.
And then they immediately do webinars with one another.
How great is that?
Well, I did yesterday a private event at the Improv in which there was a meeting going on in the Improv as well as another 200 people on a Zoom, and I somehow had to wire it so that he was using a microphone that the people heard on Zoom and a microphone that people were able to hear throughout the venue. And it definitely required all of my brain power. So that's why I can't read today. And that's why my music trivia was 5
That's a good excuse. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm checking into rehab. So what can I say?
You know what? -1.
Oh, why? Oh, she can do it though. She can do it though.
Hey, listen, she could check into wherever she need to check in.
-1.
That don't undo what she did.
Yeah.
I'm scarred for life
It's not going to.
with that rendition.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, God bless her and her journey.
I mean, think about this. I mean, one of the greatest to ever sing the song was Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah.
And she was on that stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
Didn't bother her.
Didn't affect her. She was
That's
on
what I'm
harder
saying.
stuff than that too.
Never went to rehab. You know why? Because as VLKV points out, rehab's for quitters.
But,
Tomorrow,
hey, I'm just telling you. Hey,
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, she was on some stuff.
some performance enhancing. Well, I wouldn't even say enhancing if I had to be honest.
Yeah.
Performance altering substances.
Yeah, there
Yep.
you go.
And that was the best. Like, yeah, they still play that.
Oh yeah. They
Didn't
should
make
have
a
just they
song?
should
They
have
put
just
it on-
played that the other day instead of
They
letting her
recorded
sing.
it, and it was on the charts.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? This brings up a question I heard Dono, you and Dan Day debating yesterday. Should sporting events in the United States just revert to playing the instrumental, or should we continue to do what we've been doing?
I mean, I think if nothing else, they should have the instrumental ready as a backup, like just in case your singer, shows up smashed. Then maybe you have something in the can ready to go.
Or she should have just said, "Y'all help me sing this."
Or as they see it going south, they lower down her microphone and pot up her.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Fergie
would have been better. Pot up Fergie.
Yeah. Oh no.
Maybe they should have just thrown like a YouTube ad in the middle of her performance.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sorry, you got to watch this for the next 30 seconds.
No, but what me and Dan were saying.
They could have potted up her pre-recording.
Yeah,
maybe her rehearsal was better.
What me and Dan were talking about was like there's this very American thing where like everybody has to like add their own interpretation to the national anthem. Like they got to make it like, they got to add their flair to it, which sometimes can go terribly wrong. Whereas like when you're listening to the Italian national anthem, it sounds exactly the same every time, no matter who's singing it. And the hit rate is much higher. The hit rate on the Italian national anthem is 100%. The hit rate on the Star Spangled Banner is at like a 64 because people try to do too much to it.
Yeah. Well, you asked them to be original.
Yeah.
And then you complain about them being original. I would just like to ask, just be there.
Just be mentally present of
right.
where you're at right now.
Whatever your rendition is, be there.
We've seen it. We've seen it multiple times.
There should be approval beforehand, unless there is.
I mean, listen. I'm gonna say this. I don't think Major League Baseball and the people that were running the All-Star game or the home run derby thought that you had to do a breathalyzer before you send the artist out there. That the artist would have more professionalism and know that maybe I ought to wait until after I sing this before I go.
Well, there needs to be someone on the job for that, okay?
We need to vet them from now on, all right? They shall not ruin my national anthem anymore.
I wonder, did her downloads go up?
Yeah, I need more statistics.
They had to.
Likely. I mean, I don't know what number they were before.
If I type in Ingrid statistics, do you think that's something that will... No? Okay.
Her purr.
I mean,
her purr.
What is her war?
Her purr. Yeah, 2 beers per bar.
How many yards after catch does she get? Tomorrow, Dono, are you? I think you mentioned you're out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not here tomorrow.
Dono out tomorrow, but we thank him for his valiant service.
Yeah,
we appreciate you thoroughly, Dono.
After winning that game show, I had to get out on a high note.
That's why I let you win.
Hey, that's the email we get when somebody's no longer with us.
Yes, Dono.
So will not be with us any longer. We like to thank them.
Oh no,
for their
So after this,
that's why I say don't use that line.
Dono, please meet me in my office after this and bring you back.
Think about this. Me and Tobin got called into that office like 2 times, and we thought, oh boy, they're making some changes.
This is it.
This is it. You're in the morning.
Yeah.
Now you're in midday.
Yep. Now you got a frog as your producer.
I kind of like. I got to tell you, I kind of like the morning. I like the morning because you can be done.
Yeah, getting up early sucks, but being done at 10 was always the best part.
But here's the problem. Here's what I've learned about that early shift. Is that
shift? He said shift, everyone.
I heard shift.
I said shift.
Yes.
I said shift.
Yeah.
While I appreciate being done early, all my friends are still working.
Yeah, they're just starting.
You go home, you like.
Mind you, after that show, there was a mandatory nap afterwards.
Oh, you got
it. Oh, yeah.
Mandatory.
What time is it? 1.
All right, it's time now for Leroy's mandatory nap of 2 p.m.
Yeah, mandatory.
Well, mind you took a mandatory nap during the show, so
that's true. We do remember.
Wait,
what?
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure that was during the morning.
That was it. Was it during the morning show?
100% had to. Come on, you're gonna tell me this didn't happen? 90.
Oh man.
We had a blankie and everything.
Gracefully, my dad.
I keep like the same
the same one too.
Yeah.
Looks comfy.
Yeah, it's comfy. It is.
He was in a deep sleep, mind you.
No,
Like it was,
that was just resting during the
Oh,
break.
yeah. That was
no, you
not.
were in a deep sleep
I was
because we were
comfortable.
talking to you and you did not respond.
But then I jump up and I surprised. No, I just
You
didn't.
did.
No,
You know,
wait.
he got up gracefully. He did get up
Yeah.
gracefully. It wasn't snoring. It was not snoring at all.
I don't snore.
Tomorrow it'll be me, Leroy, and JFig here to give you the
You
silly
know what
sauce.
that means?
Lot of trivia.
That Bob Barker.
Oh, Price is Right. Here we go. Back at it again. Thank you guys for putting up with the shenanigans, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Join Hot